Okay. You want to try a social experiment? Hello, hello, everyone, whoever is watching now. Because somebody will be watching in retrospect. Nobody is here yet, but somebody might be watching in retrospect.
Social experiment is it?
I ask you some questions, get you to think. You want to try it?
Sure.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yes, I don't mind it.
Can you
But it's
come
not like not testing my IQ, yeah?
No,
That is good. That is good.
That's fine. Don't worry
That's
about
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your name, by the way?
My name is Mohammed, but you can call me Mo.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I'm gonna ask you, how much do you value freedom?
Yeah, I value freedom a lot because my country is occupied. So I value freedom. Freedom is a big thing for me personally.
Would you say just I wanna first grasp how much you value freedom out of it. Like, let's say if you had to choose between being like confined, but you get all your needs met, like food, entertainment, whatever it is that you need, but not what you don't get to choose. You're just given whatever it is that you
Yeah,
need.
yeah.
So would you rather be confined or set free, but you may not get enough food?
Yeah,
or...
set free and may not get enough stuff. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
if
because if I'm free, I can go work and do something to get my food.
Okay.
Better than isolated and confined in one place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's test it a little bit further. So I'm curious, where do we draw the line of no longer giving freedom to individuals? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say if they have a different skin color, should we still give them freedom?
Yeah, everyone should get freedom. Because
Everybody
skin
should
color
get
doesn't matter, to be honest. We are in 2024, so I don't think that's a color or a race or that doesn't matter, to be honest.
Okay. If they're less intellectual, if they have some cognitive impairment or something that makes them I don't know, intellectually challenged or something, do you think they should have their freedom restricted?
Do you mean handicapped people?
Let's say that, yeah.
Yeah, everyone needs freedom, as I say again.
Everybody needs freedom.
Everybody needs.
Okay, so
yeah.
we don't draw the line at
Yeah,
intellect.
I don't
We don't
think
draw
so.
the line at like color of the skin
No,
or what do you call it, race, right?
Yeah, race, everything. Everyone should get enough rights or freedom because we all are humans.
Okay.
Color won't change anything between me and you.
Okay, and now here comes the hard part. Do you think we should draw the line as species?
For species,
Yeah.
giving the species freedom,
Yeah. Do you think animals want to be free?
it depends which animal.
Okay.
Yeah, for a tiger, if I leave a tiger in the city, it's gonna eat a lot of people in the city.
No,
You
but
get
I
what
mean, like, so I would say, of course, freedom should stop
Yeah.
whenever somebody is inflicting on somebody else's rights, right?
Right, yeah.
Exactly. So,
Right.
so in that sense, when I'm asking if you believe animals should be free, I'm asking in the sense that, well, animals that won't harm you, animals that won't interfere with your own freedom or with anybody else's freedom.
For
Do you-
example, which animals do you mean?
I don't know, like let's say dogs and cats. Do you think they should be
Yeah,
free?
dogs. To be honest, the pets dogs, they're not scary. But the wild dogs, they're gonna eat someone or they're gonna bite someone.
But
That's
if they
dangerous.
don't live in a human environment, somewhere where they don't.
Yeah, in their own, how can I say, in their own atmosphere, like in a forest, yeah, they should be free.
Okay.
Not kept in a cage.
Because they also value freedom, right?
Exactly, yeah,
It's like all
yeah.
animals, if you put them
Yeah.
in a cage, they want to set free.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about, like, let's say the
Depends
animals,
which animals.
but like the animals that we farm, what do you think about them? Cows, chickens, pigs, do you think they want to be free?
I don't think so. Cows should be. If we talk about an eagle, of a parrot, of anything.
But do you think they want to be free? Not if they should be free. Do they
Yeah,
want to be
I think so. They want to be free,
Okay.
but it's dangerous to keep them free because most of the cows we farm, they're mostly in the cities nowadays. You see chickens and everything. If you free them, it's dangerous. To be honest, keeping them in a place, I think it's better.
Why
than-
is it dangerous?
For example, if I keep a cow or a wild buffalo here, it can hurt someone else. To be honest,
Yeah.
it can hurt someone.
But not here. Like if they're left outside or somewhere
In their
the-
own
yeah,
farms,
Yeah.
in their own
Environment or
yeah,
whatever,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In their own environment, it's fine, but not keep opening them like as we're in Amsterdam to leave them open.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So if you believe that cows, chickens, pigs should be free, do you acknowledge that when we buy animal products,
Yeah.
we oppose this because we actually confine them, we oppress them, and we slaughter them for something that we can live without, we can thrive without?
No, for me, I'm saying it personally. I can't live without eating chicken or meat. I love it personally.
Why
But
is it that you can't live without it?
because I love it. It's something which is in my diet. I love it personally. But for an example, if my friend is vegetarian or vegan, I respect his opinion. I respect
But do you
him.
think it's an opinion? Because you said yourself that animals should be free. So it's not
They
an
should be
opinion.
free.
You also have the same opinion.
I
You
have
share
the
the same
same
opinion.
opinion.
It's just that,
Yeah, but I'm
it's
saying- I'm
just that
telling
people
you-
who are vegans, they
Yeah.
follow through with it, right? If
You
they
know, I
believe
respect
that
them.
animals should be free,
No, but,
they don't try to force animals to not be free for something that
Okay.
they think they like, right?
Yeah, sure. You say you're talking about freedom and lives of the animals. So vegans eat plant products, right?
Yeah.
Plants have lives.
But
too.
plants are not, you know what subjective experience means?
No,
it's
but,
like sentience. Do you know what
Yeah, no,
sentience
but
is?
I know. But do you know that plants have lives too?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not about lives. It's about sentience.
It is
It's
about-
about subjective experience. You know, subjective experience means that the reason why it's bad for me to harm a human being or any animal on this planet is because they would feel the consequences of me harming them, right? Like if I hurt a dog, they would feel pain. They would have emotional pain afterwards, right?
Yeah.
They would feel all of this.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same with all animals in the animal kingdom. But plants, they don't have that. Plants are just extremely intelligent life forms, but they're not in any shape or form conscious of their surroundings. They're not. They don't have a will to live. They don't have a will to go left or right or preferences.
do have a will
or
to go-
personalities.
You see
But
that-
animals have personalities. They have preferences.
You see a tree when you grow it, it becomes a leaf, and then when it grows, it goes right, left. It has also a life.
well, it
If you
goes
learn-
right and
if
left
you
based
learn-
on
if you
light
learn-
and other factors. It's
if
like
you
an
learn deep into the plant, if you learn science, if you learn deep into it, plants have lives too.
They have
Because
life,
if
but they
there's
don't
no
have
life-
sentience again.
No, we're not talking about that. We should look at all. See, everything has a good side and a bad side. Eating animals has a good side and a bad side. Eating plants has a good side.
But
and
life
a bad
doesn't matter because there's bacteria that has life.
So we can eat animals, so
But
they
we
have
can-
bacteria too.
Well, no, because life, again, it's about sentience. It's about subjective experience. It's about somebody experiencing the world around them.
Yeah, I get it, but plants also have lives. In my
Yeah, but they
opinion.
don't experience the world around
I have
them.
spoken
And-
with
and
the
let's say
vegan
you- let's
people
put
a
it
lot
even
of
this
times
way.
before, and the thing is that they can never. Now you're talking about the freedom here, about the or whatever, but vegan people cannot differentiate between the lives of plant and animals.
Yes, you can. That's what
Tell
I said.
me
It's
that,
sentience. That's the difference.
No, that's not the difference. They have a
It
life
is,
too.
it is.
So you get
But,
taking
like,
their life
It is,
off.
it is. But let's say you believe that plant lives matters a
Yeah.
lot, okay?
Yeah, yeah, for
Then
me, right.
then wouldn't it be preferable to kill less plants?
Yeah.
Okay, so then do you realize that by being vegan you also kill less plants? Because animals in animal agriculture are fed plants. They're fed like 4 times more plants than we would feed otherwise to a
Exactly,
human
that's what I'm
being.
saying. Let's eat animals rather than plants. If you eat
But the animals
they
need
eat-
to eat plants, so eventually you kill more plants and animals on top of it.
No, but in the future, if we look at the view, there's no more eating of plants, only eating of animals. If we
But
all
animals have to
become-
eat plants. What do you think animals have to eat?
If we all become carnivores, it's better for us to be herbivores.
But somebody has to eat plants. You understand the trophic level. Like energy has to be got from somewhere. You
yeah,
can't just
so
eat.
yeah, exactly. We don't get energy from the animals. We get energy from the plant. We get air from the
Yeah,
plant.
so we should get energy from the plant.
We get CO2 from the plant. We get the oxygen, everything. So it's better to eat more animals than plants, right? Because vegan people eat.
No, it's not. Because again, there's a sentience.
I'll
Do you know
tell
what
something,
sentience
there's no
is?
point of speaking more because you're not gonna listen to my opinions and I'm not, because that's the thing.
But your opinion is that animals should be free, and yet you
They
pay
should
for
be
their
free.
enslavement.
Yeah, but yeah, of course, that's what. But you eat plants too. They have lives too. I'm talking
But
about.
I'm not
lives at this
enslaving
moment.
plants, am I?
But you're eating them. So what is that? Eating them is not
Again, it's
enslaving them.
sentience.
Just killing
Do you
someone.
think?
that-
Oh, let me tell. Do you think that if I picked
just
this,
killed- yeah,
do you think this is the same as cutting the throat of a cow?
Yeah, for me, yeah, because you took a life.
For you,
now.
it's the same.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God,
just took a life of
you're not
something.
being honest right here, right now.
You took a life of something.
Yes,
right
I
now.
took a life right
And
now.
If,
It's
if
okay.
if you look deep into science and if you look deep into biology,
Oh yes,
you will know
because
that
if you
plants
look
have lives
deep
too.
into it.
No, if you look deep. If
I,
you
I
look
never
deep
said they
into-
don't have plants. Again, I said they have sentience. Do you know what
Exactly, that's
sentience
I'm
is?
saying. No, I don't know.
What do you mean exactly? Because you keep saying exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're not saying this at all. You're not saying sentience. You're saying they have life. Do you know what sentience is?
What is sentience? Explain it to me. Give
It's
me a-
consciousness. Do you know what
I have
consciousness
feelings,
is?
Consciousness.
Like,
and,
yeah. Have you
I
ever lost
understand.
consciousness?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. When you sleep, for example, you lose
Yeah.
consciousness,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
If somebody punches you, you lose consciousness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Throughout that, do you experience life when you lose consciousness?
Do you mean? How do you mean? Like,
Do you
what?
experience life? Do you remember anything that happened whilst you lost consciousness?
No.
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 So then you don't experience life.
Yeah.
So
The moment
consciousness
you
is
threw
what
the plant
matters.
out.
Plants are not conscious.
Yeah, sure. You have to learn biology. You have to have more knowledge, and then
You didn't
have
know what
debates with
sentience
people.
is, and you're
I
telling
know
me to
about
love
scientists.
biology?
I know about scientists. You have to learn more about biology, and then you have
Plants
to
are not
debate with
sentient.
some.
That's the scientific consensus.
Okay, but they have lives or no? We're talking about life, not only just
No, we're
about
talking
sentiments.
about sentience.
Not only sentience. We're talking about life too.
Life doesn't
You
matter.
just look at life doesn't matter.
No, sentience matters.
So animals' life doesn't matter either way then.
Well,
If you
animal
speak about-
sentience matters, yeah.
No, sentience matters, and then let me just kill it. There's no sentience. No. After I kill it, they forget everything.
Are you like? Never mind.
Never
It's not
mind,
worth
let's
it.
go.
It's not worth it. Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Please say a yes if you can hear me, because I guess aside, plants do have a central nervous system. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you for it. Like my microphone just broke today, so surprisingly I made it work for now, and that's good. We can still stream a little bit. Still harassing people, I see. I mean, they stopped willingly. I just hold the sign. They stopped willingly, and I'm talking to them. You know. Let's see. Once again, Chip, you're faced with cognitive dissonance and dishonesty. Yeah, that's what it is. And I think people who claim that I'm harassing them don't really know what harassment is, huh? It's like that story of the girl who cried wolf, is it not? Something like that. You guys want to try a social experiment? You want to try? I ask you some questions, that's it. You want to try? Stop willingly for you to try and make them vegan. Why? Do you even know what veganism is? I don't believe you do. Thank you, Martin. Bless you. Yeah, I had quite a day today, huh? I was going to tell a story before these people came that I actually, when I left home, it started instantly raining intensely, and I had to go back in. Then I came here, then my microphone broke, so I had to come back home and repair it. Then my tripod broke, and I had to repair that. It's just one thing after another breaking. It's insane, huh? But we gotta keep at it. We gotta keep doing it because the animals need us to speak up for them. The irony is that I gave out 2 microphones and mine broke today. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll have to get one for myself also these days. No, not till talk. I'm actually holding a social experiment. I showed you that that person values freedom, but the minute that their interests are against somebody else's freedom, they value their interests more than somebody else's freedom. It's as easy as that. Want to try a social experiment? You sure?
Yes.
Okay, no worries. And it's warm. You want to try a social experiment? Lots of non-vegans in the chat today. Yeah, I can see that, Martin. That's good. You know, maybe you non-vegans tell me why do you think, why are you not vegan? What's stopping you from leaving animals alone, huh? It's about the animals. Because it's life. Yeah. Okay, I'm a sentientist. Is that good enough? Plants are not sentient. Hey, Mobius. Hey, Ali. So there's gonna be a lot of non-vegans in the chat today. So I appreciate some vegans being there. Maybe have nice chats with everybody, teach them what veganism is and stuff. You know, we we need to we need to stop this animal holocaust. So let's see. You guys want to try a social experiment? Okay. Give me 1 second. Veggie Shiba, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. It's greatly appreciated and very useful. Will be very useful. Okay, let's see if we can get some conversation. You guys want to try a social experiment? Hi, you want to try a social experiment?
Yes.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
1 second, let me hang my vape.
It's okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you come closer here so that you're in view? Both of you want to try it?
Yes, sure.
Okay. How much do you value freedom?
It's invaluable.
It's you value it a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just put it this way. If you had to choose between being confined but all your needs met, you don't get to choose what you're given, like as food or as entertainment or anything, but you just have your needs met, or be free, but you may not have all your needs met, or you may have to struggle to get all your needs met. Which one would you rather have?
The second.
Second, freedom.
Yes.
Needless to say, freedom. Okay, perfect. I love it. So then let's see, how far away would you say that we need to restrict freedom for other individuals? So would you say that people of different skin color deserve less freedom?
No.
No, okay. So they all deserve freedom. Okay. Well, there actually isn't less or more freedom, right? There's just freedom or no freedom. That's the reality. Okay. So would you say people with intellectual disabilities, do they deserve less freedom?
Not at all.
No. Okay. Okay. So we don't draw the line there. Okay. And here comes the hard question. Do you think we should draw the line at species? Do you think animals should be free or not free?
It is a hard
As long as it does not endanger other people's life, because unfortunately animals are animals due to the fact that they do not rationate as us humans. So chances are that one of them is not able to rationalize whether he's putting in danger other people. But we can see that. We can foresee that.
Okay, I like that. But would you say that animals value their freedom?
In their own way, yes.
Yeah, right? Because all animals really want to be free, right? So then, how do you feel about the animals that we force into slaughterhouses for us, like cows, chickens, pigs? Do you think they value their freedom?
For sure, yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
I think they're there for the human needs rather than their own needs. And we don't
Exactly.
think about them. Yeah.
But is that fair towards them?
I wouldn't say so, no, but I think that, humans have found a way to cultivate everything that serves us, so.
Yeah, but that isn't necessarily fair, right? Because there were times when humans have found ways to cultivate black people, right? When we were during slavery, right? It doesn't necessarily make it right, just because we found ways to
For sure.
improve our life or to make our lives easier, but at the detriment of others does not make it right, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so is it safe to assume that you consume animal products?
Yeah.
Once in a while, yeah.
Yes, I used to be the same, but do you realize that when you're buying an animal product, you're basically putting an animal through confinement and exploitation and eventual slaughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, and seeing as you understand that they value their own freedom just as much as you value yours, do you think there's any way that you would think to reconsider?
So the thing is, I was a vegetarian some time ago for many years, and I recently restarted consuming animal products again. Meat again. But the thing is, the industry is such a big industry and so hard to change that I don't think that an individual or the minority that actually chooses that path is gonna change something about it. And of course, to me, the fairest way is put the animals out there and hunt them the way that back in the days you did. But it's something that I don't think that we have control over. It's more like governmental and institutional decision to make.
Okay. What do you think?
Honestly, I believe that it has gotten to a point where a lot of other a lot of other situations, a lot of other majorities affect this chain of order of the things now. If it would have been like a decision of me to take, of course I've been animal products consumer my whole life.
Yeah.
But I would never be against of the opportunity being given in a general aspect. But my change is not gonna like directly impact. However, I'd say that it is something to consider for all human beings because of what we spoke in freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say, like, if you're to find out that your change does have impact, well, not just for a certain number of animals, like I think there was a calculation being done that between 100 and 300 animals per year you could save, depending on how many animal products you consume right now. You could save between 100 and 300, but even if it's just one animal that you could spare them them being brought into an existence of exploitation, abuse, and then slaughter, I would say it's still something to consider, because for you it's probably something that you will forget, right? The meal that you've had you will always forget, and for them it's their whole existence being erased and also being brought into existence just to be exploited.
Exactly. There's the whole existence part, like they mostly are born and raised in captivity.
But they're
and,
exploited
yeah,
continuously.
exactly.
Yeah. So it's
So-
horrible, no? Horrible life. So I would say, like, you do have the opportunities right now to change. And do you think that it matters whether the system will mostly change or not, or does it matter more that you do the right thing, right? Because if you find yourself that there's a system, if you find out about a system that is inherently exploitative and bad for society, for other individuals, would you find it important for you to see that if you are no longer part of it, does that change anything? I mean, sure, you can look into it, but do you think that that matters, or do you just want to choose whether you yourself want to be part of it or not?
I personally think that you can always choose the change, and that will be a very small change. And I don't think that the gratification and satisfaction that you get from that minor of a change that you make is big enough. So that's why I
But one
refer
life,
to-
one animal, would you say one life saving, one life per year, let's say? Again, let's take the absolute bare minimum. One life per year. Do you think that's not enough?
It's not proven that you save one life per year. It could be that the society just starts consuming more, like other people.
But
start
that could happen
consuming more.
regardless of what you do, right?
Yeah.
So you would still, your impact still is there. Your footprint in this industry, there's animals that are bred specifically and slaughtered specifically for you. So when you buy an animal product, maybe it's not that animal, but the next animal will be brought into existence, exploited and slaughtered because you bought that product, because somebody will have to replace it.
I
It's
used to
supply
have
and
that
demand.
mindset. I don't think so anymore. It's just not satisfying enough.
It's just not satisfying enough.
It's not gratifying enough. I
What
would
if
say,
what if
not
slave owners would have said the same? It's not gratifying enough to release the slaves, to let them free. What if they would have said,
Yeah, but that's the thing, like that they made the change because, for example, the richer people back then had the majority of power, and they also, when they made such a decision, it had a big impact on other peers or like other influential people. So they made a big change based on personal decisions. And I think that if majority of society makes those changes and suggests other ways, because there are people that do want to consume meat, but does that mean that everyone should stop consuming meat, or shall we just improve the industry?
well, do you
Right?
believe that animals should be free? Do you think that they deserve to be free?
Yeah.
So then everybody should stop eating animal products.
Or they should let the animals be free and kill them and chase them.
Okay,
and
but
hunt
like,
them.
would you like that to happen to you?
There is a difference between humans and animals.
What is it?
Well, the same way as there is a difference between plants and humans.
But
And plants and animals.
there is a difference between plants and animals. But I know what it is. Can you name the difference between humans and animals that justifies enslaving one but not the other?
One serves the other's needs.
Well, they don't want to, right? I could say the
How
same
would we
about
know?
But
how would, like, you yourself said that animals want to be free. You acknowledged this just
Yeah.
earlier on.
they want
Yes.
to be free, but not killed.
Yeah, but like, let's just put things into perspective. What do you know about the dairy industry, for example, the industry that produces milk, cheese, or stuff like that?
I know a lot, but I don't really have the time to talk more about
So
this.
let's just put. I just want you to leave at least with this. Okay, so for example, why do you think cows produce milk?
To feed their babies.
Exactly. So farmers forcefully impregnate them. They put their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injects bull semen. Somebody else jerks off a bull for that to happen. Like if this is sexual exploitation one-on-one, right? When the baby is born, what do you think happens to the babies?
They put them to the slaughterhouse if they're male, and back to the dairy industry if they're female.
Yeah, year over year forceful impregnation until like 6 to 8 years, when they can no longer be easily impregnated, and then the farmer sends them to a slaughterhouse. They don't regard anything about them or their life, is it? It's more about what they can give to them. The minute that they can no longer give with ease, their life is over and they're sent to a slaughterhouse. Would you say that's a system that you want to be part of?
Not in that way.
Definitely not. I really understand that you are defending a very honest and a very real movement because, you know, what I personally think that separates us from animals is the way that we rationalize things. They would probably not be able to.
I would say
I'm
that
not,
is
I'm
it,
not
yeah.
100% certain, but I think that they're not able to see the things the same way we see them. You are in defense of the animal, you know, word. Let's call it that way, and you are putting up your word for that, and that's very well done. As an animal consumer, I think you're still doing the right thing, and yeah.
But like, would you say, because between animals and humans, there's a spectrum, right? There are clearly humans who are, like, there is a line somewhere there, where not even a line, where it's a spectrum where there are animals who might be a little bit more cognitively capable than humans, and humans that are, well, obviously less capable than animals, because there are intellectually challenged humans. That's why I asked that question, right? There's intellectually challenged humans who have the cognitive abilities of a pig. Would just because they're less intellectual, does that mean we get to do whatever we want to them as long as it gives us some form of benefit?
Not really.
I
No.
don't know if the intellect can be compared. Like, you don't know the intellect of animals. We barely know the intellect of humans.
Well, we know, for
Possibilities.
example, the way we compare intellect of animals is based on their actions and why they do their actions, right? Like there's animals, for example, pigs. They like to go and pick up flowers and put them on then to decorate their house. They literally go and take flowers just to decorate their house. They work together to free one or the other pigs. They have empathy towards each other. Like, yeah, I would say, but I don't think. Do you really think intellect is what matters? Because I would say, for me, if you ask me, emotions is what matter, right? Like we value the emotions and subjective experience, the fact that we can experience the world around us. And you said that, yes, we're different. We experience the world around us differently than animals. But I have no way of knowing if you don't experience the world around you differently than I do, right? Like, we probably do experience it differently. Like, there's
but
people who don't see any certain colors.
Us humans, we're not being treated in regards to our emotions. I mean, I don't know if at some point in life it was like that. I was not born by that. But I
No,
live
but-
in a society where, unfortunately, what matters is what is better for the industries, where the decisions are being taken in higher
Better
scales.
for society.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't like that, do you?
Yeah, I mean,
So you don't enforce that. You don't pay money to say, I want more of this be done. But when you buy animal products, you say, I want more animals to be treated like objects. I want more of them to be sexually exploited, have their babies taken and then slaughtered.
But you're going against the industry, really, and not against animal consumption per se.
I don't care. Well,
Because-
all small farms, large farms, they all do the same thing.
Yeah, but
It's not about the industry. It's
But
about
you
the act
started
of seeing
about-
animals as objects.
you started talking about the freedom, and I think that if animals were free, if cows would just be roaming around and people could hunt them down, would you still consume meat or not?
No, because I wouldn't consume. I don't
Exactly.
think
So
it's
it's not
fair
about
to
the
because
freedom.
it's still not fair towards them, right? It is about freedom because
So would you say that they're being unfair to each other's species, or they're being unfair to the plants?
Yeah.
yeah, but they don't know any better.
let me ask you something. If an animal, let's say a wild animal, finds a dead human body, for whatever reason, it died in some, rainforest or wherever, and they have the chance to eat it, you think they won't?
I think that if you find a dead animal somewhere in wherever and you have a chance to eat it, you might, right?
Right.
Like in situations of survival, which most animals are in situations of survival, You can justify even maybe you yourself killing another human being or killing
So
another
I guess
animal.
that's our common ground.
Yeah.
We totally understand, and as I told you before, I'm 100%.
But you're not in that situation day to day, are you?
Well,
In
not-
day to day, you have the privilege of choosing whether one animal gets exploited for you or not. So my question is, why choose for an animal to be exploited for you? Why
Exactly.
choose to take away their freedom when you can choose not?
I didn't exploit it. I found it in the supermarket, ready to be eaten.
But you understand the concept that when you buy this, another animal will be exploited because of
Yeah,
you.
but it's not the human's fault. It's
Yeah.
not society's fault.
It
is
is
the
your fault that
production.
another animal gets exploited
No,
because
it
you
is the
support this
industry's
industry.
fault.
But you support the industry.
No,
Well,
we just have to eat, man.
But you don't have to eat this. You can support another industry. You can support the idea of consuming plants, not animals. Like there's no why when you give your money, you vote with your money. You tell again, you say to this industry, do more of this. You say to these farmers, objectify more animals so that I can get my product.
I know, and if majority of society would say that they do not enjoy it, probably the industry will change, right? But currently, we're very like the minority thinks that way.
So what you're
So-
saying is that it's not going to change anyway. So might as well join them.
Basically, yeah. If more people would decide,
But how can more
collectively to
people
start-
decide? Like I'm sitting here, like if I would talk today to 10 people, and out of 10 people, you two, like 10 groups of people, let's say even 20 people in total, if all of them say the same thing, nothing changes. Yet if all of you say differently, things change massively. 20 people is a massive impact.
Well, if people
Even
just
one person
make a
does- it
test
has
and they
impact.
reduce their meat consumption or animal consumption just to test it, how it will affect things and other people and their friends and peers and so on. Because as I said, I've been a vegetarian, so I've tested how it might affect the industry, how it might affect the friends around me, how it might affect the animals and so on. And to me, like,
But
for the-
vegetarians, as you heard, still exploit animals. It's not about the food.
I know,
It's
but,
about
like,
the animals.
For the years that I was that, I did not see any impact. I did not see any.
Well, how did you
change.
measure the impact?
Well, from the people around me, that we were trying to get the majority into our group.
But why
right?
does that matter, right? Like I get it. Like none of my friends, most of my friends are not vegan. I had to get new friends who are vegan. But the reality is, I don't care. Like I don't care if other people are trying to be exploitative or mean or bad. That doesn't mean I should be that way just because it doesn't
Yeah,
change.
but it's a personal choice, and that's different.
But should it
than
be a
changing the
choice?
industry.
Do you believe that it should be a choice for us to exploit and slaughter innocent animals?
I want to leave you with this because we have to go. In my opinion, I think that the right conversation to have is to escalated transition that helps people understand in a passive rather than aggressive way. I'm not saying that you're being aggressive. I'm just saying that, as you might know, there's severely aggressive movements that would put the things over the table in a not so nice
But
way.
can you
And
blame
that-
them? I
Yeah,
spoke to you
I'll-
nicely and
yeah,
I
yeah.
explained it to you nicely, and yet you still want to participate in this.
No, because that's not the thing. Because you have to understand that as a human being, we're not so nice and reacting to aggressive or very insistent.
I understand that. Like, but
So what I wanted to say before we go is that you're doing it right because you're letting people talk and you're expressing your thoughts. So within the same group of people that think the same way and that want to see the world change the way that you want to see it, you all have to get together and try to figure out a way similar to this one, where conversations are being had, where the movements go in a bigger percentage to be passive, to make people understand, to let people try to develop solutions rather than saying
rather than
people
just-
why like you're doing this wrong. Why don't we offer people? Maybe you can change this. Maybe you can try this product. Maybe you can see that that direct beneficial facts of this product, this veggie or this whatever other thing that you could name, it's actually going to give you the same that you're getting from that animal. And we are actively working on bringing the other factors that people appreciate, like the taste, like the type of
I
cocktail.
understand what you mean, but like, think about it this way. I'm not here to tell you how to do it, because that would be me imposing my opinion on you. What I'm here telling you is that there's this awful thing that's happening. There's this amazingly awful thing.
yeah.
For the first thing I ask you is to try to gauge what your values are. And based on your values, you are against what you just heard, right? So then if you're against
No,
it, what
I'm
I'm
not against not eating animals. I'm against the industry that produces them and that cultivates them. As I said to you, like.
So
if
what
the
are you
animals
doing
were-
about that if you're
if they
against the
were-
industry?
As I said, I have figured out that it's not.
Do you think
on
by
me.
supporting the industry, you
think
can
that-
show that you're against it?
If you're an activist towards that, I think that you should go bigger scale and you should talk to industries.
How can I do that when I talk to individuals who don't want to change?
Because you're-
Industries, it's supply and demand. We work in a
You're
capitalistic
targeting
society.
individuals that do not
But it's
have
capitalism. People, the industries will provide what you demand. If you stop demanding, the industries will stop providing.
You also said it's a personal decision.
I don't think it should be a personal decision. Again, do you think restricting somebody's freedom, as long as,
But you
as it
think-
gives you or not pleasure,
What I'm
is
trying to say is that you think that the change should start by me, by her, and by everybody individually,
of course,
right?
yes.
Then
That's not the case.
I cannot agree with
That's
you on
but
that.
that's how change happens. This is a grassroots movement right now.
There are
The reality
plenty
is
of
the reality is that there's way too few people
Yeah.
who don't want to participate in this often, who are vegans. There are way too few people for governments or institutions to do anything about it. You are right now put in a position to either be on the right side of history or the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to choose? You want to keep
It's not
participating in it
simple.
just because you say it's not going to change soon or something? Trust me, I've been vegan for a couple of years and I can tell you things slowly change, but they do change.
Yeah. Well,
I can tell you just before we go, there are countries out there that have a government that rules them, and there are activists that exactly speak like you with regards to that every single person of that nation can change their situation in their country. And I'm coming
It's
from
not the
one
same.
of those countries. No, it is the same, because you're not targeting the hierarchy, like where the problem actually comes from.
It comes from consumers.
You're targeting the consumers and the
But the problem
victims
comes from
of the thing.
consumers. It starts from the
Okay.
consumer. Doesn't it start
Thank
from
you
you?
for your time.
The
It was
journey of the product that ends up on your plate starts with your decision to put that product on your
No,
plate.
it starts with the decision of the industry to cultivate the animal and kill it.
Do you think that if you, like, let's put it this way, do you think if there was a town on this world where there would be only people like me who don't consume animal products, do you think there would be animal products on the shelves of markets?
But that problem
Would
is
there
not
be?
eating the animals.
Would there be animal products on the shelves of markets?
No, but since
So then it's
since
clear-
history,
it's
we've
clear that-
eaten other animals and animal products since long ago, since we were cave people.
But we're in a place
So-
right now where we don't need to anymore. Maybe in the
but
history
you're comparing like a town that does not consume it. And what I will tell you is that, as I said, I'm not against eating or murdering of animals. I'm against the lack of freedom and the industry.
It's pretty
And I
sad
think
to not be against murdering innocent beings for nothing.
You're not against killing plants.
Plants are not sentient.
You don't. Yeah, you think that they don't have like emotions. Or
No, they
whatever
don't
you
have a
were
central
saying
nervous
about.
system, you know?
It's okay. But
Like sentience is an emerging property of brain and the central nervous system. Plants have neither.
Yeah.
well,
These are. Yeah.
we appreciate.
I mean,
the
that's the
time.
science
It was
behind
a
it.
nice conversation, man. Like we get something from you. It was nice.
Let me just give you a card. Don't just leave it like this, huh? But I only give you a card if you look into it.
I didn't get anything from you. I'm sorry. So I just don't really need it.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're gonna choose to abuse animals going forward just because it's convenient to you.
It's not what you said. And
Well, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad, really. It's sad that you don't acknowledge your responsibility in the matter.
Thank you so
But
much, man.
hey,
Thank you so much.
whatever. I tried. No forcing there. They should be embarrassed. I agree. It's ridiculous, huh? I felt like he was more open than her. Which you don't usually get, huh? You usually get women that are a bit more open-minded because they're more empathetic towards all creatures. But I do like this freedom approach. I got a little bit triggered, yeah. I get triggered when people just start coming up with these most ridiculous excuses. Like, imagine how ridiculous it is to say, it's not going to change, therefore I'm going to support it going forward. Huh? What? At least stop supporting it. I'm not telling you to fight against it. Stop supporting it if you want it to change. Sam Smith, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see if we get some more conversations. You have to end pointless conversations earlier. Yeah. I never know when it's pointless, you know? It's hard for me to tell that. It's just like I wonder, like again, like I wonder how ridiculous is this position to say, hey, you want to try a social experiment? To say that things are not going to change, therefore I'm going to support them to be bad. What the hell are you saying? You can choose to be like if you think things are not going to change, being vegan is the right thing to be in the middle, right? Like being an activist means being on the side of the change. Being in the middle means not participating in it. That's what it is, huh? People just think about themselves. People just think about their interests. Sad. You want to try a social experiment? And they're all BS. Yeah. Emilio says you eat steak every day. You probably shouldn't, even for your own health. That's pretty sad to hear. Want to try a social experiment? You girls want to try a social experiment? Nice source of protein is steak. Maybe. There's other sources of protein also. You want to try a social experiment? There's other sources of protein. You don't need to exploit and slaughter innocent beings. You want to try a social experiment? Okay. Benji, I see you keep timing people out. I hope they're worth timing out. You want to try a social experiment? I can hardly wait to do this in US. I can hardly wait to do this in US. It's going to be really fun there because people there are really all about freedom. So it's going to be very interesting. Want to try? When are you going to US? Asked me Martin. So I'm going to US in October, somewhere around end of October. And I'll be meeting Sky also. That will be really cool. Yeah, I might meet Jamie Logan. I don't know. Really cool. Also. So yeah, let's see. You want to try a social experiment? Yeah, that's awesome. I agree. I'm looking forward for it. I'm looking forward for doing outreach in California. It's gonna be cool. Be careful, Americans are way too volatile these days. You want to try a social experiment? Yeah, maybe. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, nice. Where are you from?
France.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, for sure.
Can you come closer so that you're in view? What's your name?
Amber. Amber.
Amber. I'm Chip. I hope I didn't butcher your name over there.
It's fine.
Can you come a little bit closer so that you're in view?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Okay. So, what do you think about freedom? Do you value freedom?
Yeah, of course. We need freedom.
Okay.
So-
How much do you value freedom? Let me put it this way. If you had to choose between being contained but having your needs met, you don't get to choose how your needs are met, but your needs are met, versus being free but having to struggle maybe to get your needs met. Which
I'd
one?
rather struggle.
You'd rather struggle. You'd rather free.
Yeah.
You'd be free. Okay, I love that. Okay, so you value freedom a lot. I value freedom the same way, so I appreciate that. Okay, now let's test. How far away do you think we should restrict the freedom of individuals? So, do you think if individuals have a different skin color, should they have no freedom?
No, of course. Everyone should be equal. It just makes sense.
Okay, love it. Do you think if individuals have like a cognitive impairment or they're intellectually disabled, do you think they should have less freedom?
No, obviously.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, and so we don't draw the line at intelligence. We don't draw the line at skin color. Do you think we should draw the line? And this is a hard one. At species?
No, I mean, yeah, it's quite difficult actually, but I mean, probably not, because I don't see why some people should have freedom and some not. So, just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So let's say we talk about the innocent people, right? Like, obviously there's people who lose their freedom because they've been doing something so bad that they have to lose their freedom. So, when it comes to species, do you think animals want to be free?
I mean, yeah, we do, so why not them?
Exactly. I appreciate it. Okay. Do you, and this is going to be hard, what do you think about the animals that we force into slaughterhouses for us?
It's awful.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's disgusting, honestly. When you see videos of animals being murdered, it's just awful. It's just horrific to watch.
I appreciate that. Do you consume any animal products?
I do sometimes, yeah, but I try to resist as much as I can. I really try as much, but of course sometimes I've grew up being used to eat like meat and dairy, and so I still struggle to replace something by soja, by example. But
I can relate to that. I understand the struggle, let's say, but do you think that it's important for you to not restrict the freedom of animals?
yeah,
Yeah. Do you think
course.
that you can do that while consuming animal products?
no.
No.
I mean, I'm very aware of that, but I try as much.
Yeah. So what is keeping you from being vegan?
I think my habits, the way I grew up, the way my parents cook, I don't. So actually, that's something.
Is that something? Because you still make choices, right? Like if your parents were to cook, let's say, a dog and put it in front of you, would you eat that?
No.
No. So you still make
Yeah.
choices, you see? So even if your parents would cook another animal, you can still say no to that, right? So it seems, because I feel like you're, I don't know, I just feel like you're right there. You should be vegan. So do you know what veganism is, for example?
Yeah, it's not eating any animal food like dairy, like I said, meat. I mean, I think that comes like eggs, for example. So-
Yeah. But veganism is not the diet, right? The diet is a consequence of it. Veganism is like a moral stance where we say we don't want animals to be exploited for us, especially given that it's optional for us. We can survive and thrive without animal products.
Yeah.
So then anything we do to them, it's extremely cruel and just like, yeah, we can call it a choice for us, but do you think it should be a choice for us to do this to animals?
I mean, it should not be a choice. It should be just normal to not eat animals.
Exactly.
Should have grown
Exactly.
up like not eating any and just respect them like we respect each other's. It's just yeah.
What can I don't know, like what can I say right now that you go vegan? Because I feel like you're right there. You have all the vegan values. You just you don't
Appreciate
follow
it.
through. But what is it that's keeping you from not following through? I'm not judging. I used to be there too, so I get it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think I just need some pushing, but yeah, maybe a little motivation and just I don't know. I don't really know what to eat because I'm quite picky with food.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to eat else.
I can give you all that. Like if I give you all those resources,
Yeah, for sure.
would you consider going vegan?
Definitely.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, love it. Okay, let me describe a little bit of your. Do you have any questions for me before I show you the resources?
Not that comes to my mind.
Nothing
really.
that comes to mind. I see like you value the whole idea of. Do you know anything, for example, about dairy industry? Just to know. 'Cause
I mean, I know like by example, cows, the babies are taken away from the mother.
Yeah,
So,
and then they get forcefully impregnated year over year if they're female, and if they're male, they get killed. It's sexual exploitation. It's all bad.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Yeah, and the thing is, they get like females get forcefully impregnated year over year, and after 6 to 8 years, when they can no longer get impregnated with ease, like the farmer can no longer put their hands in their anus and hold their cervix and put vulva. Well, they can do that, but they don't get pregnant enough. They go to a slaughterhouse.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they can live up to 20 years, but they get killed at 6 to 8, 20, 25 even, depending on the breed, of course, of the cow. And yeah, like farmers, they just see them as resources. They just see them as the minute they don't give them something, they're useless to them. Just like my camera, just like my laptop, just like my everything, right?
Yeah.
It's an object. Let me. Okay, so we'll give you a card and explain some things that might be useful for you. So I have a lot of cards on me. On this card, if you go on this website, type in this code, or scan this. It's the easiest is to scan this. Set it to English, because I'm not sure which language will appear, and you will find the most important speech you'll ever hear. That will really incentivize you to do it. And it explains about eggs, because you didn't know this thing about dairy. And it's not necessarily gruesome content, it's just one guy holding a speech and talking about the reality of what's happening, of what we're participating in. And I mean, you kind of know a little bit of it, but it will incentivize you to go even further. And Challenge 22, they hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day, everything to help you curb that habit.
So nice. Yeah.
Right? It's all free, and all of it is free. And you have also my social media here, Vegan Power Lab. If you need even different help, you can contact
I'll
me on
definitely
Instagram.
follow
Or
you.
anything. Love it, love it. What was your name again? I'm sorry. It was Ovre.
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
It's a
French,
difficult
yeah.
name. Okay. Ovre. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me.
Sure.
And ask yourself, how many more animals have to be exploited before you change? How many do you wish?
Yeah. I wish not to kill any animals because of me, you know.
Yeah. Do you live in Amsterdam?
No.
Okay, so I suggest while you're in Amsterdam to try the vegan restaurants, because they're absolutely amazing. They're also not tourist traps like a lot of the other restaurants are. And yeah, you don't participate in the biggest Holocaust in human history if you do that. You spare some animals the idea of an existence of exploitation and slaughter.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you so much for having this conversation
Of
with me.
course.
Yeah, promise me you'll watch that
I
video.
will, I
Okay?
promise.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Have
Have
a
a
good
nice
one.
day.
You too. That was a really nice conversation, wasn't it? Who donated $50? Jesus. Thank you so much. Sam Smith. Thank you so much for the donation. Have you visited the Palace of the People in Bucharest? Yeah, I have. It's massive, huh? When I saw this girl, I was a bit scared, because I'm like, she was right over there, right? She was very close to it, very, very close to it. You want to try a social experiment? Thank you so much for the donation, man. $50. Wow, Sam Smith, I appreciate it. Yeah, so if there's any people who consume animal products watching, what did you think of that conversation? Cheap needs to set up Streamlabs. I can't donate on YouTube, my goodness. Oh, okay, we're done. That's fine, don't worry about it. It's fine. We're not here for the donations. We're here for, to spread the vegan word. No, we're here to try to get people more aware of their choices, and maybe some people don't want to be part of it. Like this girl didn't want to be part of it, and she had some issues with, I don't know, she didn't know how to do it. She needed a bit of motivation, a bit of push. I hope I accomplished that. So yeah. Bob Tyler says there are more important things going on in the world. Perhaps for you, they're more important, But I would say to the animals, that's the most important part, huh? So it doesn't really matter if you think other things are more important. If you think it's more important to fight for Ukraine or Israel or Palestine or whatever it is that you hold a position in, doesn't deny the fact that there are women who have their rights taken from them, right? So that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be fighting for women's rights. The same way it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be fighting for animals' rights. So, yeah. You want to try it? I just ask you some questions, that's it. Okay? Love it. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name?
Nina.
Nina, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Nina. Where are you from?
Norway.
Norway. Love it. Okay, Norway is a nice country. What do you think about freedom? Do you like freedom?
Of course.
Okay, let me ask you, how much do you value freedom? And I'll pose one, would you rather? Would you rather be confined but have your needs met? You don't get to choose how your needs are met, you just have them met. Or free, but you would have to maybe struggle to meet your needs.
Free but struggle.
Okay, so you value freedom. I'm the same, I appreciate that. Okay. And now I'm just going to ask you some questions to test when should we restrict the freedom of somebody. So, do you think somebody should be not free based on the color of their skin? No. Okay. How about based on the level of their intelligence? If they're intellectually challenged or something, they can't comprehend that they're not free. Would that make it right for them to not have freedom? Okay, I like that. Okay, so we don't draw the line at intelligence. We don't draw the line at race. How about species? Should we draw the line at species?
It depends, because some species are restricted to protect other species.
Yeah, I get that. But like, let's say, do you think? Let's put it this way. Do you think animals want to be free? First of all.
Of course.
Of course. Okay. Do you think that there are animals that we as humans confine and exploit for our own benefit, but in their own detriment?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you find yourself participating in such a such a thing?
Yeah.
You do? Do you consume any animal products?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think there is a contradiction there if you think that animals deserve to be free or that they want to be free, and you choosing for them to be confined? And I'm not judging. I don't like. What do you think?
I know it's wrong, but it's also the result of the environment and the development and everything, basically.
Yeah, I
It's,
understand that. You basically what you're saying is that you grew up in this environment. But do you think that's a good enough justification to continue doing it?
Well, I confine my cat, but it's to protect him, basically.
You confine your cat, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But like any other animal product that you consume, do you think is in any way to protect the animals or to protect yourself, or is it just
I prefer to
habit?
eat free range and like know where my food comes from, and like
Do you think free-range chickens are not also confined and slaughtered at very young age?
what I eat in Norway, I try to make sure that it's from the where I know that it's actually free range and not just free range.
But the actual free range still like, do you know what, for example, at what age chickens get killed for meat?
No.
At 7 weeks. That's 42 days. Do you think it matters whether, like, because we don't give them freedom? Again, it's the same situation where I ask you which one would you rather. They're put in a situation where they're confined. Yes, it's a bigger confinement, but they're still confined, where they have their needs met, but they don't get to choose how their needs are met. And the minute that they reach peak what they can give to us, we slaughter them, right?
But we also have to support the farmers.
But do we have to support the farmers? Like if I were to put in a different in the past, at some point we had people who were trading slaves, who had all sorts of jobs. Did we have to continue supporting them, or did we have to stop slavery?
We had to stop that.
Yeah. So it doesn't
But-
really matter if they have a job.
But we do need to support farmers and local industry, and like you do want your country to be self-sufficient when it comes to a stage where you can't import from other places, and then you have to support those who do it the most humane way, and that's why you have to choose the most humanely grown and the most humanely farmed.
But do you
and
think
the
do you think it's humane to kill somebody at like 42 days?
Well, if I didn't, then I would be a vegetarian, but I'm not.
So you think it's humane to kill somebody at some 42 days when you can choose otherwise?
If I want to eat that, which I do at some point, yes.
So it doesn't really matter about them, their freedom or anything. It only matters what you want.
It's also for like the whole ecosystem. But yes,
Well, what do you mean? Because for the ecosystem, it's obviously better to be vegan, to be plant-based. It's way better for all the ecosystems, including the animals. So
it's
only.
not better for the farmers.
I mean, the farmers can choose otherwise. They can choose to farm plants. They can choose to get different jobs, right? It's
Not tomorrow.
But do you think so? So what you're saying is, well, not tomorrow. But do you think that if you choose to stop exploiting animals, all the farmers will lose their jobs tomorrow?
I don't think they would do that if I stopped, but if everyone stopped. But
Yeah, but if everybody does it gradually, right? Like if the society does it gradually, meaning you stop today, somebody else stops tomorrow, somebody else stops tomorrow, they have enough time to switch to something else, right?
yeah, but they won't have time to do it by next week.
But why would it have to be by next week again? It doesn't really matter because it can happen gradually. Like the societal change will happen gradually, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and when the options are available, I'll choose.
So what
better.
you're saying is that the farmer, it's more important for the farmer to have a job than
Yeah.
for thousands of animals to be exploited and slaughtered when the farmer can choose a different job.
The farmer can't choose a different job tomorrow either. He
Well,
has done that for generations and
Nobody's saying
generations.
tomorrow. He can choose a different job.
Yeah, but if he can choose a different job, he can't choose a different job tomorrow.
But I bring it back to slavery again. During slavery, there were people who've been
No,
doing
but
that for
that's-
generations. Why would that? Why would they? Should we be concerned about them continuing or how they make their living?
Because the
or should we
farmer is
stop?
a human, the animal is an animal.
So, but
I
we
don't-
established that
I
animals
don't-
want to be free just as much as we want to be free. So,
Yeah,
what
but
exactly is the
don't-
difference between them?
I
That
don't
says
consider an animal the same as a human.
it's okay, you don't have to. But what exactly is that difference that that you disregard an animal's life so much that
I
you
don't-
say one person's job is more important than a thousand animals' lives? Like you,
Of course,
that's what
that
you say.
person's job, because that person has
Why?
to live and support himself and his family.
But he can choose otherwise, right? He
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 can't.
has the freedom to leave his
He
job
has-
and do something else.
So you're gonna go and tell all the farmers that no, you should stop doing this.
No,
you
I agree that there should be governmental incentives for farmers to switch, but there cannot happen. The governmental incentives for farmers to switch cannot happen if people keep supporting farmers in what they're doing, right? People have to be supporting the other side so that farmers can make the switch. Otherwise, it will always be this way. Otherwise, we will always exploit animals. The only way to stop it is to be part of the other part. The other
But
side.
the other part is that you support the farmers to do it in a better, more sustainable way.
So
for
what's a
the-
good way to kill somebody who doesn't want to die?
Everyone's gonna die.
But no. What's a better way to kill somebody? Everybody's gonna die. Not everybody's gonna be killed.
No, but you're gonna survive, and if you live a good life until you die,
Did you live a good life now?
yeah.
Would it be fair for somebody to come and cut your throat because they wanted to eat you?
If they were that hungry, and that was what was
Would it be
needed.
fair for somebody to come and cut the throat of your friend?
If that was the situation where that
No.
was
They
how
can
to
go
get.
to a supermarket. There's a supermarket right there. They can go to a supermarket and get something
Yeah,
else.
do you not think that the meat in the supermarket comes from somewhere?
But I'm not saying the meat. They can go eat plant-based versions in a supermarket. Would it be fair for them to say, I'm gonna cut your friend's throat right here, right now, and eat them?
That's not the same thing.
Why is it not the same? You're literally choosing between cutting the throat of an animal, saying that they lived a good life, saying that it's okay. They lived a good life.
But
They
do you-
lived even
do
5% of their life. They don't
How
live.
do you compare the intellectual of an animal to the intellectual of a human?
But that's why I asked if there's intellectually challenged. You literally said that if there's intellectually challenged people, we shouldn't be forcing them into slaughterhouses. We should still give them freedom. So intellectually challenged people who have the cognitive abilities of a pig, let's say, and there's people out there who have that, right? Because pigs have the cognitive abilities of a 3-year-old,
Yeah,
4-year-old.
but they're still a human.
So you don't care about species. Well, what you're saying is the DNA matters. If in their DNA it appears that they're human, then they're deserving of life, right?
There's a different species.
Again, so you draw the line of species. You basically say your cat is safe game. I can come and cut their throat and eat them because it's a different species.
If that was the custom, but that's not the custom.
Why does the custom matter? It is the custom to me, right? Like I like to go ahead and kill other people's cats. Why does it matter what's the custom?
Well, then I would say that that was a weird custom.
Is that fair?
It's not fair because that's not
Is
the
it
custom.
fair? Is it fair to force other animals into slaughterhouses for something that is optional to you?
It's a stupid discussion because it's not the same thing.
Is it fair to force animals into slaughterhouses for something that is optional to you?
They're not forced into slaughterhouses. They're
Oh,
born
do you
into
think they go on their own to a slaughterhouse?
They were born to a slaughterhouse.
No, they're born on farms and they're forced into slaughterhouses.
They, I think this discussion is over because
Because you want to continue abusing animals.
I don't abuse animals.
Oh no, you support it. You're right. It's
Yeah.
different.
It is.
How is it different? If you give money to somebody to abuse animals, do you think you don't have a responsibility in the matter?
I choose who I give my money to, and I choose not to.
So you choose who you give your money to.
Of course, I do.
Yeah. So you choose to give money to people who abuse animals.
I choose not to give them to people who abuse animals. I
Okay,
give them
forcing them into slaughterhouses is not abusive. Cutting their throat for something that is optional to you is not abusive, huh?
This discussion is over now.
Okay.
But thank you.
So it is abusive. I gotta bring up the folder, huh? Mark J, thank you so much for the donation. I was a bit of a dick at the end, but I guess I was because I was a bit. I tried to be a bit snarky. I guess I don't like that. I shouldn't be snarky. But it was ridiculous. It's like you just hear the ridiculousness of their excuses. Linda says, "Don't stop." I like the snark. Don't stop. Yeah, I know, Linda. Like vegan people probably like it, but we're trying to change minds here by being snarky. I don't think is the right way to do it. So, yeah. It's getting a little bit colder. I should put my jacket back on. Sorry everybody about the mic drop. In the shade, it's a bit cool. So, what do you think? Should I continue on the freedom experiment? Should I do oppression? Should I do? Should I just turn around the sign about animal abuse? What do you guys think? And also, I see a lot of people watching. Like and subscribe, please. You want to try a social experiment?
I mean, for some fun.
Okay. What's your name?
Diana.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
It's okay, yeah.
Okay. Where are you from?
I live in Amsterdam.
You live in Amsterdam? Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Were you born here? I also live in Amsterdam.
I was born in Budapest, actually.
Budapest.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm from
you?
Romania, so
Oh, we're neighbors.
neighbors. Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so how do you feel about freedom?
Yeah, for me, it's a given. I've always been blessed to have freedom. I have.
Would you say it's important to have freedom?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'll ask you, like, if you were put, would you rather be confined and have all your needs met? You don't get to choose how your needs are met, but they are met, or free, but you kind of struggle for meeting your needs. Which one would you rather have?
Oh, that's the blue pill or the red pill question. Or was
Is
black
it? I
pill?
don't know.
Which one was it? That
Yeah.
was a red pill. Yeah. So I'm a very soft kitten. I'm spoiled, and I think, if I'm really honest, that I don't really pay attention to my privacy rights, etc. Just for convenience sake, I give it away quite easily. So I think I would choose the first one: convenience, comfort.
Even if you don't know what you're given, you don't have your needs met, you don't have your needs, you don't get to choose anything for yourself.
Yes, so
right?
I
You
have
just
to be honest. I know who I am, and I always choose the path of least resistance, as long as it's comfortable for me.
So
But
you'd rather not be free.
actually, yes.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay, I'll just. It's an interesting perspective. The first person to say that to me now. Okay, so what about like? Do you feel like freedom? Let's say, where do you draw the line of freedom? Do you think people should not be free based on the color of their skin?
Oh, absolutely. No. I draw the line where people are being hurt,
Yeah.
physically, mentally. When there's no progress, that's where I draw the line. Then you have to fight back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about? Okay. Yeah. As you said, they're harming others, right?
Yeah.
When an individual is harming somebody else, they should have their freedom restricted or taken away, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What about intellectual capabilities? Do you think somebody who's intellectually disabled should have their freedom taken away from them because they they can't comprehend that they have their freedom taken away from them?
If they can harm themselves or others, I think it's better to take.
No. Let's say they can't harm each other or somebody else. It's just that they couldn't comprehend that they have their freedom taken away from them. They couldn't understand it. They would just have their freedom taken away from them, and they would never know it.
Could you give me an example?
I don't know. Let's say somebody's intellectually challenged, and you exploit them by telling them you have to sew all day, or you have to, I don't know, cook all day or something, and they do it because that's all they know to do, because that's what they intellectually.
If it is harming their physical condition, I'd say no. They cannot sew and cook all day. I'd say if they are capable to sew a few hours a day and they're perfectly fine, then yeah, if they have no other means to earn their needs, then I think it's fair to give them a task, actually, yeah.
So, but not giving them a task like exploiting them, right?
No, that's not good.
not.
I think exploitation means that you take more than you give.
Well, exploitation means taking somebody at their own detriment and for your own benefit.
No, that's not.
Okay.
Even if they don't know, you have to protect.
Okay, so
people.
you're against exploitation.
Yes.
Okay. What about and the same applies for freedom and exploitation. What about animals? Do you think animals should be exploited? Do you think animals should be free?
That's difficult because I don't pay attention to what kind of makeup I wear, whether it's tested on animals, etc. I've been a vegetarian when I was 16 for a year, and that's it. So I have no, I'm not there yet.
But do you think animals should be exploited? What do you think morally?
Morally, no, but I'm part of the system. I eat meat, I drink milk, I don't pay attention whether it's biological or not. I really don't.
Oh, biological or not doesn't really matter, by the way. So at least I can give you that.
I eat them, I use them, I have leather stuff.
Do you think that's immoral towards them?
Actually, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I used to participate in it too, but what do you think will get you to change to not do this for them? Because I'm here trying to speak up on behalf of animals. They don't have a voice, they don't have anything.
Yeah.
They can't voice out the fact that thousands of them, as we've been speaking right now, tens of thousands of them have been sent to slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
So, like, what is it that would get you to stop participating in this?
It's either that I draw a line very rigorously and I change my lifestyle, or I look into options of animal use of animals that is more humane.
But is there a humane way of exploiting an animal?
I don't know. So some guy started a business of humanely slaughtering crabs or shrimps.
Is there a humane way of slaughtering? By the way, about shrimps, did you know that they remove their eyes so that they can multiply?
Yeah, and the guys, so he started a business to have conscious shrimps. So I don't know, man. I like my protein. I'm not a fan.
Like protein
I'm
also.
not yet a big fan of all the vegetable alternatives. I would really have to get into it, be comfortable with it, educate myself. Maybe this conversation will get me started, and I will educate myself. Maybe in a few years I will cut down.
But do you think you have, like, let's put it this way. Okay, so you say in a few years you'll cut down, not even stop. So you say you want to keep exploiting animals as long as you get what you need from it.
Yeah,
right?
because it benefits me, and I'm selfish.
But do you think that's a good enough justification to do this to them? I mean, animals are losing their life for you. You know, is that really good?
No, you really got me thinking. And maybe this conversation will set something in motion. It's very beautiful that you do this. I think as a civilization, we take steps forward to the times, and we are becoming more conscious and more sensible how we treat each other, and now how we treat animals. So it's part of evolution.
Yeah, because the reality is we were all on the same planet.
Yeah.
And just because we develop higher intellect or some cognitive capabilities does not give us the right to exploit them, right?
Yeah.
Higher intellect doesn't mean we just get to do whatever we want to if we have a right. There might be, imagine if there's another species of humans that are evolving to an extent where they're so intelligent that they can do that to us.
Yeah.
Would it be moral for them to do that to us?
No.
And if you were in that situation, in that scenario, would you want the other humans, or to say, oh, I'll stop in a couple of
No,
years.
and I thank ChatGPT for every answer because I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid, but just in case AI will
take
take
over,
over,
yeah.
I'm try to be friendly. So yeah,
So
it's
then
a
in
next
that,
it's a next step in civilization to stop using other, not even other living things.
I appreciate that you're saying that, because I believe so too. I believe it is the next step in civilization. But I believe more than anything is individually, we have a responsibility to not inflict on somebody else's right to live, or
Yeah.
like you said, right? And somebody else, for me at least, it doesn't stop whether they're an animal or human, because we don't get to choose what we're born, right?
Yeah.
An animal doesn't get to choose if they're born a cat, a dog, or a pig, and yet the cat or the dog receive protection even from the like with the law.
Yeah.
But a pig receives what, forceful impregnation, being gassed to death,
Yeah,
and
that's
eventually
true.
slaughtered, huh?
Yeah.
Like it's awful. It's just so do you see yourself as wanting to not just take steps, but like, do you see, like, because I see you understand the issue, right? You understand
Yeah.
the issue. I kind of see that you want to change, but it feels like difficult for you, maybe.
Look, I just had a baby. I have to lose 40 pounds. And I do that with buying salads from Albertijn every day, other salad. The salads are full with chicken and fish, and it's easy for me. I'm going home now not now, but in a few minutes I will be going home and I'll be busy with my baby. So everybody has reasons.
Yeah.
And I don't think at this point in my life, when I have to go back to work and feed the baby, and this is my first time out of the house without the baby,
Nice, congrats.
I don't think I will change now. But it does. That doesn't say that this will not impact my thinking in the long run. But I'm not this kind of person that changes one overnight, because
But do you feel like, because I sit here and I talk to a lot of people here or in other places also, and most of the people, they come to me and they say the reason they want to change, but the reason that why they don't change is because they've been brought up into this system, that they've been taught that this is how they want to do it. So then, given that you have a child, don't you think it's more of a responsibility for your child to not bring them also into the
yes,
system?
but I would really have to look into it, because I do. Listen, when I was vegetarian for a
Yeah.
year, I didn't really understand how to complement my nutrition, so I
Yeah.
didn't feel good. It didn't really. It wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
That's the last time I tried. And I didn't educate myself. If I would change my diet, because I feel good now and I had all kinds of issues, I feel so good now. If I would change my diet now rigorously and just cut out all dairy,
Yeah.
all animal products, that would not be a good idea. I first would have to look into it, how to complement my diet. And if I watch enough YouTube videos of people that look good and it can sell me on a healthy lifestyle without animal products, then I would change it.
I mean, it can definitely be healthy, but you said ChatGPT. You think if you ask ChatGPT today for a
I will-
recipe with
I
a
will
plant-based, they
ask
won't give it? Yeah.
ChatGPT for vegetarian recipes.
Vegan.
I will. Vegan. Okay. Vegan.
Because for example, what do you know about the dairy industry?
I like my. I don't. I can. I like my cheese. I like my eggs. That will be very difficult.
But do you know anything about this industry? What they
Yes,
do?
I know. I know. I know.
What do you know about the dairy industry? I just want you to leave knowing at least this.
I was at a farm not long ago. It was even a conscious farm.
Yeah.
We were with colleagues where they make ambachtelijke cheese. I saw the cows. They look good and they had a good life, but even that was.
Yeah, because so cows produce milk just like humans because they're mammals.
Yeah, and they had to go into machines. They had a robot.
Oh, but that's not
machine
even
that
the worst of it,
No,
because
that wasn't,
they
no.
get forcefully impregnated.
They have to bear children.
Yeah, and
they're
when the
pregnant
baby
all
is,
the
they
time.
separate the babies.
Yeah, I
Then
know.
if the baby is male, they kill them because they don't produce milk.
Yeah.
And if they're women, year over year, forceful impregnation,
Yeah.
until like 6 to 8 years, when they
yeah.
cannot be easily impregnated anymore, and then they go to a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
And they can live up to 25 years, so they don't live even half their life.
It's actually crazy, right?
It's a life full of exploitation. So I don't even know if it's better or worse in that sense, but it is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you feel like you don't want to be part of the system because it's a bad system, you can choose otherwise. And I'll give you resources to help you with that, but you gotta want it. That's the reality of it. No matter how much I tell you, no matter how much you learn about it, it's you who has to make
I
the
will
step.
think about this. I do have to move on slowly, but I really appreciate you doing this. And I think you will do a lot of good work.
Let me just give you a card before you go, okay?
Yeah.
So this is if you scan this code or go on this website and type in this code,
Yeah.
set it to English, because if you set it to Dutch, I don't know what's gonna change. And watch the most important speech you'll ever hear when you get the time. It's very good. It's a
I
very
think
good
it's
speech.
beautiful that you do this. Yes, I will absolutely
And
do
challenge
that.
22, they
Sorry?
hook you up. Challenge 22, they hook you up with a nutritionist, send you vegan recipes every day, help you
Oh.
with your particular case,
Oh.
everything you need. And if you set that to English, you even have personalized help. Somebody, it's called vegan mentorship. Somebody will log in with you online, help you do everything, and it's all free.
It's amazing. It's free.
It's all free. It's all to help the animals. We're all
Who's
activists.
funding you?
Nobody's funding me. We're all
Oh,
funding
wow.
ourselves. We're all helping ourselves.
That's
I mean, some
beautiful.
people on YouTube are sending donations, but
That's amazing.
yeah.
God bless you.
Well, thank
You're
you,
on
but
the front. You're on the front of a new era. It's very beautiful.
don't let time pass by. Okay, look into it and make the change for yourself, for your child, and for the animals, most importantly.
I will honestly think about it.
Okay,
Thank
what was
you.
your name exactly?
Diana.
Diana. Thank
Yeah,
you, Diana.
keep on doing the good work.
Okay, have a good one.
Bye. You too.
Bye. I feel like I didn't want to push her too much. Yeah, Paul Murphy. Of course, you don't have any problem eating meat. It's nobody has a problem eating meat. The problem is with the victims of that. The problem is the victims on the other side. You know, the problem is the animals who are exploited and slaughtered. I think like definitely a good seed was planted there. Yeah, definitely a good seed was there. So I hope she'd make some changes. And I feel like I couldn't have pushed more. I really wanted to, but yeah. It is almost okay. We're gonna do another conversation, and we're gonna do a shorter one today. It's not been the best day, as you've heard, and I know Brandon is also starting a live stream soon, and yeah, and I'm gonna do tomorrow like 7 hours of outreach because of, well, not 7, but like 5 hours. Sorry, 5 hours of outreach because we have a We the Free event, so I don't want to waste all my energy today, because usually that's what happens. When I do outreach live, I focus so much, so I wanna. It's about the long game, you know. It's about the long game. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a couple more. Let's see. You wanna try it?
Okay.
What's your name?
Marta.
Are you? I'm Chip. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Okay.
Can you come a little bit closer so that you're in view? How old are you?
20.
Nice, love it. Okay, you look very young. That's why I asked. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So how do you feel about freedom? Do you value freedom?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I come from another country, Estonia,
Oh, nice.
and now I'm here, and I feel more free to be myself.
Love it. Estonia is very beautiful, by the way. I haven't been there, but I've been planning on going there.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask you, like, would you rather, for example, be have your freedom restricted, like be confined, but have all your needs met? You don't get to choose how they're met, but you have all your needs met, or be free and maybe struggle with having your needs met?
Well, the second one is how I'm living right now.
Okay, so you'd rather be free.
Yeah.
You value freedom. Okay, I appreciate
Yes.
that. Okay, and now I'm going to ask you some questions to see where we draw the line, where we stop giving freedom for individuals. So we're talking about innocent individuals here. Nobody's guilty of anything. So do you think somebody based on the skin color should be given or not given freedom? No. Okay. So not based on race, not. Okay. How about based on intelligence, based on intellectual capacity? If they're not intelligent enough to understand that they don't have freedom, would it be okay to take their freedom?
Yeah, it's something you can choose. You're sometimes born like that, and it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah. So it's not fair. Okay, I like that. Okay. So, and this is the hard question. What about
Yeah.
species? Do you think we should? Do you think animals want to be free?
Yeah, I don't attach really human thinking or capacities, emotions to animals, but I value all species. For example, I find bugs disgusting, but considering how important they are for our environment, I'm trying to find more respect for them and learn about why they are so needed. So
I think everyone is very needed.
Yeah, because we're all animals, right? I
Yeah.
think the need for freedom or our desire for freedom isn't something that we have because of our intellect, but because our nature, natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're animals, right? At the end of the day. So,
Yeah.
if you acknowledge that animals value freedom, do you think that animals that we farm also value freedom? The ones that we exploit and force into slaughterhouses?
Yeah, that's a tough one because I've considered being vegan, but for environmental reasons.
Okay.
And I find it a bit hard. I don't feel exactly sorry for animals that exist solely for being farmed because I find it really tough to think about. I haven't figured it out yet how I feel about that. It's just so automatic eating meat.
Yeah, because we were born into that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I
tough.
was in the same position as you,
Yeah.
but like, if you think that if you value justice, right? If you value fairness above everything, do you think it's fair towards them that we do this to them?
I guess if it really was proven that we need meat in some capacity, then eating it in some capacity is okay. It's just like other animals who need to eat meat.
But we don't.
Yeah.
We don't. Like, there's the
don't.
largest organization of nutritionists on the planet.
Yeah.
Says that you can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet
Yeah,
without
if
needing
you,
any meat.
that's why I was a bit scared of going vegan at first. I will try it in the future, but just like with meat eaters, you have to plan your diet really well, and then you can meet our nutritional needs.
But that's
even
with
if
any
you don't
diet.
eat.
That's the reality, right? Because
Yeah.
if I'm gonna go out and eat meat and potatoes every day, I might not meet all my requirements.
Yeah.
Like, every food kind of gives you some nutrients, right? So you kind of have to be careful at what
Yeah.
you eat anyway. But like, what do you think veganism is, by the way? Because you touched upon it a couple of times.
What do you mean?
Like, what would you say a vegan is? Like, why is a person vegan? Like, I'm vegan, for example. Why would you say that a person is vegan?
For so many reasons. Health related, some diets, for example, with certain diabetes, certain sicknesses, very recommended.
Yeah.
Environmental reasons, because of the amount of water and everything used to produce beef, for example. And your values, personal values.
Yeah, like moral
Yeah,
values. You mean?
morals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So veganism is so all of what you described first is like a plant-based diet, and
Yeah.
veganism it's just the moral side of it. Veganism means we oppose the commodification of animals. It means we say animals don't deserve to be treated as objects, so they deserve freedom just like we do, and there's no reason for us to enslave them and exploit them because it's optional to us.
Yeah.
So everything else that comes without it, like the diet, the fact that we don't wear leather, the fact that
I'm wearing leather right now, but this is second-hand from like 5
somebody's
years ago.
skin, huh?
Well, it's second-hand, so you're not contributing to.
You're not contributing to it.
It's
true,
already
it's true.
in the waste cycle, so you better use it if it exists.
What if it were human skin? Would you wear it?
Yeah, it's really hard to think about it.
If it was a human who was exploited, I don't know, maybe politically exploited, it doesn't really matter if they were politically or not exploited, but they were exploited and then their skin was used for to
It's
make a product.
really scary
It
thing
is.
to talk about.
The reality is that's what animals
Yeah.
go through every day, huh?
Yeah.
They're literally like, they're not as smart as us by no means, right? But they have their own type of intelligence.
Yeah, I
they have
find that-
emotions. They have
Yeah.
experience.
I
Huh?
find that their intelligence is just different. It's not lower. because
Exactly, it's different.
Different
I mean, you seem
purpose.
like such an intelligent person. What is keeping you today from being vegan, from not exploiting animals?
I find it really hard to plan. So first I have to really plan how I will make the recipes fulfilling enough, because I have a meat appetite, but it's very tiny. If I need meat, it's just a tiny piece on the plate. And
But even a tiny piece is one life,
yeah.
huh? One animal.
so I still have to plan better how to meet
But if
all
I help
my
you with that,
needs.
if I give you resources that help you with that, was there anything else holding you back?
No, it's just I don't know how to deal with it if I would visit my family, people who eat meat, and then I have to say ahead that I won't eat that, this or that. I feel like I would just be like, whatever, I will eat with you, but at home I will choose what I do.
I mean, I would say that you still have a choice in the matter, right? Like if your family all of a sudden decides to kill dogs and eat dogs, would you participate?
Honestly, yeah, in cultures where it's normal, I find it just as normal as eating beef.
Yeah, because there's no real difference. That's the reality. But like,
Yeah.
do you think you would participate?
No, because here it's not normalized.
Yeah. So
Think of it
is
as
it just
pets.
because it's not normalized? That's the
Yeah.
only reason. Like if all of a sudden they come up on the news and they say that we fooled you, all the meat you've been eating has been dog meat, which is
I
stuff.
feel like, oh, okay. I would not throw up or anything.
No, but would you continue participating in it?
No, I don't think so.
There you go. So you
Yeah.
also have this. You also have this because we were all brought up in this way of thinking that this species deserves to live and it's okay to do it. To them, this species is not. But the
Yeah.
reality is, as you put it, there's no difference between them. Right?
Yeah, but I really am considering going vegan, and right now we already use meat very minimum, and my boyfriend standing there,
Yeah.
he's the one who cooks. He cooks a lot of vegan food and
I
vegetarian.
like that.
so
Yeah,
we're
but
on
just
the
keep
way.
in mind that even once a week, once a year, even one
Yeah.
animal still loses their life, and for you, it's something that you forget about. Do you even remember what you had like a couple of weeks ago?
Couple of weeks. No.
No,
A lot.
doesn't matter. And
Yeah.
even if you do remember, in a couple of more weeks, you don't remember anymore, right? But
Yeah.
for them, they get exploited and slaughtered for us for nothing. Huh?
Yeah, it's there's a lot to think about.
Let me give you some resources before you go. Challenge 22 sounds like what you need. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. It's all free.
Okay.
You just have to subscribe it, and they send you recipes.
It's really right timing. Yeah.
It's
So
perfect,
thank
huh?
you.
So, and if you want to watch something really cool with your boyfriend to explain kind of what we discussed right now, if you scan this code or go on this website and type in this code, this is a code that I made. That's why I'm saying.
Okay.
Switch to English and watch the most important speech you'll ever hear.
That was the original language Dutch.
Say that again.
It's the original Dutch.
No. I think it tries to change based on your language. I'm not sure which languages are available. And if some resources are not available in that language, they throw a different resource. That's why I say switch to English, because it's definitely available in English. It might have subtitles also in your language, but it's definitely in English. Yeah. Set it to English and watch the most important speech you'll ever hear. Okay? It will help you. It's really nice. It's just a guy holding a speech discussing things.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Marta.
Marta, yeah. Nice to meet you, Marta.
Yeah,
I'm Chip.
same here.
I'm Chip. You have my social media there also. You have personalized help even. Somebody can log in with you on the Discord server. If you set it to English again, you have all this. And yeah, all you gotta do is you have to make this choice. That's all you gotta do. Okay?
Yeah. It feels like quite an easy choice to make. So.
Yeah, exactly. It is, the reality is that a lot of people think it's difficult, but it is so easy to do. You know, like it's just a matter of choosing a different product one day or the other.
And vegan options are also constantly improving. We see it all the time in the supermarkets. They are changing the prices to be more identical to non-vegans to make it more accessible. It's just
And I guess when you say vegan products, you mean like mock meats or plant-based meats or stuff like that, or plant-based
yeah,
cheese.
but also more sustainable products getting more achievable to buy them. Because some people use it as an excuse that it's more expensive to get better.
In
version.
Alberheim, every week, one plant-based company is discounted to 50%. So you just have to look out which one it is. It's
Yeah.
every week. So you have the reality is, I think that if you want to do it, there's definitely ways to do it. You just gotta want it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Within your budget and within anything.
Is it okay? Well, I know it's okay because you can't shame someone for emotions or they don't feel that or that, but I don't actually feel remorse for animals being killed, but I do value nature in another way. So the reason why I thought about going vegan is the environmental impact overall. So that's
I mean, that would
also
be plant-based
I don't
for the
need to
environment.
disclose it,
That would be plant-based for the environment. That's okay.
Yeah.
But listen, I personally also never really related to animals that much. I actually started relating to animals after being vegan.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just more than anything, I found it unfair to do this to them. I found it if I were in their shoes, I wouldn't want anybody to do this to me. And
Yeah.
we're living in a world where we're trying to create more scales and say, well, you have more value, you have more value. Reality is, intrinsically, we all have the same value. We all value our own lives, including animals.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't place value on somebody else extrinsically and say, you have less value than that, therefore I will cut your throat. You see, for me, it was strictly about fairness. So you don't really have to relate to animals to
Yeah.
not. It's just about respecting them enough to say, no, I'm not putting you into a slaughterhouse. I'm not sexually exploiting you, because they're all also sexually exploited or anyway.
Yeah, I sadly know that.
Yeah. Thank you, Marta, for having this conversation with me. I hope you have an awesome day, and don't wait too long until you make the choice. How many more animals have to be exploited for you before you change?
Yeah, it's. I really can't wait to start, honestly.
I love it.
I have to discuss a bit with my boyfriend though that I'm serious about it.
Watch that video. It will help both of you. Like a lot. Like I hear a lot of couples online who did it together, and it was the best choice that they ever made.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna go now. It's
Yeah.
waiting already.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye. Another open-minded person. And she was very honest. I like that. I appreciate that. Okay, one more conversation, baby. One more. Oh, somebody donated again 20 euros? Whoa. Marcos, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marcos, for the donation. Oh my God, so many donations. I can get a mic. Yay. Thank you. This was I liked her. She was open-minded. I liked her conversation. You want to try it? I just ask you some questions, that's it. You want to do it? I'm live on YouTube. Are you okay being live?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. You can also be off
What
camera.
kind of
if you want.
questions?
I just get you to think a little bit about your own values.
Oh my God. Your own what? Values.
No, you don't want to try that?
No, she wants to try.
No, I think I'm alright.
You're all right.
Yeah. Thank you.
I just ask you about freedom. That's it.
Freedom. Wow.
Is that not one value of yours? Do you value freedom?
I do.
You value freedom? Okay, nice. Do you think that, would you rather, for example, let me ask you, would you rather be confined but have all your needs met?
Okay.
You don't get to choose how your needs are met. They
Okay.
just get met. Or free, but you kind of struggle with getting your needs met?
That's a tough question.
Can you repeat the question?
So would you rather be confined but have your needs met? You don't get to choose how they're met, right? Like somebody feeding you, somebody's entertaining you however they want to, however they think is fit for you, you don't choose. And or be free, you choose, but you might have difficulty meeting all your needs.
Oh yeah, I think I would go for the second option.
The second option, freedom. How about you?
Yeah, me too.
Freedom. Okay, I like that. Okay, so then let's see, where do we stop giving freedom? Like, do you think that
No quiero ver la pantalla.
do you think that race is should we give somebody less no freedom if they're a different race,
No,
different skin color or something?
No, they have to have the same amount of freedom of everyone. Of course.
Okay. Okay. What about intellect? If they're intellectually challenged, they can't know that they don't have freedom. Would it be okay to take freedom away from them?
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
No. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We are gonna
What about
continue.
animals?
Huh?
What about animals? Do animals deserve freedom?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Animals should
sure.
be free,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Because
yeah,
they want to be
absolutely.
free just like us.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I asked this set of questions. I go down and we kind of reach the point of animals.
Yeah.
So when it comes to animals, do you consume any animal products?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a contradiction there between allowing them to be free and consuming animal products?
Depends
There's
on
a
the
contradiction in everything for me.
depends
in
on
life.
the region of the animal product too. I think so.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I would say all animal products exploit animals.
Huh?
I know.
All animal products exploit animals. All of them, they exploit them and they take away their freedom, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 Of course.
So what would keep you to not take away somebody's freedom? To say, Fuck that. I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to take the freedom away from animals.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You agree? You don't want to do that? Let me just give you a card at least. Don't go like that. Just you don't want a card? Okay. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay, we're gonna turn around this before we go. It says animal abuse should be legal. Let's see. We might get some people who are angry. I didn't want to push them or anything. They were going. They were like, I don't know. I don't want my values questioned. I don't want to do this. So I chose this side because I thought there's more people coming on this side. You agree?
Yeah.
That it should be legal to abuse animals?
No, I read it wrong.
I said legalized. Why not? Come talk to me. Scared. Do you agree? No? Do you agree? You know, if you're afraid of rejection, do this because you're gonna get rejected a lot. You guys agree with this? You guys agree we should legalize animal abuse? When we fear the truth, that's when our journey begins towards it. I love it. When we, the vegans, are a small minority trying to convince the majority, but we insist because we know we are right. I mean, I think a lot of people know we are right also, and they know that that's the right thing to do. It's just a lot of people think, well, it's my choice. Well, that shouldn't be a choice, should it? Huh? It's the same as this sign says. If you, hey, do you agree with the sign? It's getting colder also. Whew. Hey, all you people watching, please hit that like and subscribe. It means something for me, nothing more. It doesn't really mean anything in the whole scope of life, but it means something to me. I appreciate it. And maybe it means something to the algorithm also, I don't know. It's yeah, it's very close to the Cliff Grant method, Benji, you're right. Do you agree? Do you agree? You guys agree? Should we legalize animal abuse? No. No? Why not? They're just animals. Do you agree? No? You disagree? Why not? Wait, why not? No one's biting. There you go, there you go. Do you agree? Do you agree? Why don't you agree? Do you think animal abuse should be legal?
No.
Why not?
Well, it's obvious, right? I don't think any animals or humans should be hurt. So.
Okay, okay. So cats, dogs should not be abused?
No.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
No, I'm also a vegetarian, so no, preferably not. No.
Okay, do you consume any dairy products or?
The least I can.
The least you can?
Yeah.
So do you acknowledge that there's abuse
Yes,
behind dairy
yeah.
products?
Yeah.
So you yourself are participating in the system of abuse?
Yeah.
Is there anything holding you back from saying no to all this abuse?
I think it's my own personal health.
Okay.
So then it's
If I give you resources to help you with that and make you as healthy as you can be with a plant-based diet, without abusing any animals, would you see yourself as doing that?
I did at some point, but didn't really work out in the end. But I could try.
Okay, so then if you say that animal abuse should not be legal, why do you choose to support animal abuse?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm a bit done with the interview thing. Is that
Say it
okay?
again.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit done, and I want to go on.
I mean, you can go on if you want,
Yeah.
but you gotta let
But
animals
you have a
also.
good
huh?
point. I really
Right.
do believe
Can I
so.
give you a card if you look
Yeah,
into?
sure,
But
go
are you
on.
gonna look into it?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you. Okay, because
I'm a bit mentally drained to really go into this.
I get that. I get that. Don't worry about it. I'm not here to mentally drain you even further. I'm just
No,
here
no,
to,
but I
to
know.
try to raise some awareness because
No, and I
animals.
think you do a great job.
Thank you.
So keep on going.
So, challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan. It's all about the animals. And if you scan this code, there's a thing called the most important speech you'll ever hear. Watch that. You want to watch
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I will.
It spares you the conversation we're going to have, and it teaches you all about how animals are abused in dairy industries and for eggs and for everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be part of it, if you don't think animal abuse should be legal, then don't support it, huh?
Yeah, I know.
What's your
Thank
name?
You. Fleur.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you,
Thank
Fleur.
you.
Okay. I don't think you've seen that conversation. You agree? It's gonna start raining soon also. You guys agree?
Yep.
Should animal abuse be legal? Legalize them, right? They're just animals. Fuck them. Really, I'm trying to entice these people. You guys agree? Should animal abuse be legal? Some people go like, no. Do you agree we should legalize animal abuse? Some people are smiling at me. I don't know what they're smiling about. Imagine that I was serious about this. Like, imagine that. Do you guys think we should legalize animal abuse? Okay, we're gonna give it another 5 more minutes. Do you guys believe we should legalize animal abuse? No? Oh, I should say to people from now on, then go vegan. That's what I'll do. Perfect. People who just randomly go by, so at least they get something from it. Let's see. Do you guys believe we should legalize animal abuse? Should animals be abused? Do you guys agree with this? Should we legalize the abuse of animals? You agree? So few people make eye contact with me, they go on. This guy just walked by looking at me and then just looked somewhere else the minute I asked him something. I mean, people are shy, I get it. Do you guys agree we should legalize animal abuse? Do you agree with this? Animal abuse should be legal, do you agree? Then you should be vegan. You are? I don't know if she really was. She said she was. I don't know. Whew. Okay. I think we're gonna try 3 more minutes, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I mean, unless we get a conversation, of course, and that's a little bit more. What do you guys think about this sign? Should we legalize animal abuse? Do you agree we should legalize animal abuse? No? Then you should be vegan. It's the only way to not abuse animals. How was that? Something might click there, who knows? Do you agree we should legalize animal abuse?
Hey, bro.
Should we abuse animals?
Wait 1 second.
Okay. Somebody's gonna come back. I expect a weird conversation. He went with, hey, bro. I expect Chip, when the vegetarian girl said that she consumes the least she can, you should have asked her how much she thinks she needs. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Do you think we should abuse animals? Do you think we should legalize animal abuse? Do you agree with the sign? No? Are you vegan? So then you support animal abuse. If you're not vegan, you support the slashing, the cows have their throats cut for something that is optional to us. So is that not abusive? So you support animal abuse? I mean, she refused that. Do you agree? Do you guys agree? Legalize animal abuse. You agree with the sign? Do you agree with the sign? Should we legalize animal abuse? She said no, thank you. That's funny. Do you agree with the sign? No, thank you. She didn't even read it. No, thank you. The sign said you'll receive $5 million. No, thank you. It's so funny when people go like that. No, thank you. What's the sign saying? The sign saying animal abuse should be legal. Changed my mind. Oh, let's see. This is a conversation. Hi.
Animal abuse should be legal.
Do you agree?
You're
I'm live on YouTube. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
I'm fine with
Can you
being
come
live.
closer so that you can view? Yeah.
There?
Do you agree with animal abuse being legal?
No, everything. But why are you? Do you?
Why not?
Because they're all right. So we're humans, but we're also animals, right?
Yeah.
So do you find that I can walk up to that woman right there and start beating her?
No, of course not.
No. Should I start beating my friend?
Like all of this depends. What if you get benefit from it?
How would I gain benefit because I see cats and dogs? So
Yeah.
for instance, pets. How would I gain benefit from beating my pet?
I don't know. Like, I'm talking about abuse here, and I said animals. I didn't say pets. Huh?
So, all right, so animal abuse. So then I think you're talking about major industries using animals to test things on, which I also find very, very bad. I don't get why we could do it. It's unethical to test on, for instance, humans.
Yeah.
So why would it be ethical to test on animals?
I appreciate that. How about cows, chickens, pigs, the ones that we farm for products that we don't really need?
That so I'm not a vegan, so I do eat meat.
Yeah.
So I guess in some way I am still also contributing to, but that I still find that that's done in a very unethical way and abusive way.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, is there a non-abusive way of taking
Well, for
somebody's
instance-
life when you don't need to?
So for instance, when you're no, halal is very bad. That's very bad.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
No,
A lot of
because
people
that's
don't-
no,
Yeah.
because they literally let they let animals bleed out. So
Yeah.
that's just that's pure pain. That's
Exactly.
abuse.
It is.
So
It's
for
very-
instance, sort of, I can
Is
use
that
an
how
example.
you want to go?
No, because
I'm from an Islamic family, and like, hello, shit.
Come on, join the conversation. That's fine.
Look, the animals, they live. My English is very cracky, sorry, but like animals live very good, and they end their lives when they.
Did you
when
live
they
very
end.
good?
Me?
Yeah.
I had a fucked up life. to
So
be very
is it
honest.
okay for somebody to end your life right now if they think that they like the taste of your flesh?
No.
No.
No, but
So why would it be okay to do it to an animal?
It's not.
It's not a
It's
debate,
not,
by
it's
the way.
not.
It's not, right? Like it's I'm just trying to get people to see
Yeah,
this
I
other
get it.
perspective, you know?
Yeah,
'cause-
I love animals, and I don't eat very much.
but can you love animals and eat them too, or exploit them, or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't.
That's
I
a
don't
very
know. I don't.
interesting
I
take.
really don't eat meat, to be honest. You can ask him. I'm allergic to like.
Yeah, but it doesn't really
protein.
matter. Like
Yeah.
dairy products also exploit animals
Yeah.
heavily, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. So I try to I try to stray away from animal products.
Yeah.
So, for instance, well, I do like my eggs, so that's kind of my little exception I
Yeah.
use there. But for instance, milks, I try to pick almond milk. So, harvest is that well?
Yeah, like
so-
oat milk or anything
Yeah,
like that,
exactly.
yeah.
So not from a cow, which is that's meant for.
But also no cheese, no.
No. I try to take the how it's so bad, but the like plant-based cheese. It's if I have to have cheese, but
Some are disgusting, some are good. Depends
well,
on which
the
one you
ones
get.
I find it, for instance, the Jumbo, they're crap.
There's a good one. I can recommend you a good one. There's a smoked cheese that's really good. Like if you get the smoked one, they're pretty nice.
Are you vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan. Yeah. So do you know what veganism is, by the way?
I have a couple of friends,
Vegetarian
but
or
I don't
vegan?
know
I'm
a lot
vegan.
of it.
You're vegan, so no animal products, so no
yeah.
anything.
Yeah. So vegan means we oppose the idea that animals should be exploited, abused, or slaughtered for us, and we just follow through with it. That means we don't consume any dairy products,
Yeah,
any
no,
milk,
so-
Okay.
anything, any eggs or anything, because throughout all those industries, animals get heavily exploited and slaughtered that, like unimaginable ways. Like you think eggs, for example. Do you know what happens in hatcheries, for example?
No, not in detail, not in fine detail.
So hatcheries are the place where chickens originally come from. It's the place where farmers buy their chickens from. It's the place where if you're going to buy a chicken, you're either going to buy them from a farmer or from a hatchery, but all of them eventually come from hatcheries. So in hatcheries they have a lot of eggs that have been fertilized, and when chickens hatch from them, there's a 50-50 chance that they're male or female, right? Which is
And
normal.
males get thrown away.
Males get
Killed.
blended up alive on their first day of life. Like it's an industrial blender, and they just fall onto an industrial blender. That's the most common practice. Or they get gassed to death. That's the second most common practice.
Right.
Or somebody puts them in a bag and asphyxiates them to death. That's also another practice that they do. But that's the reason why I don't personally consume eggs, because when you buy an egg, you're basically supporting this industry. And the other part is that when chickens no longer lay enough eggs, and by enough I mean if they have like 2 days when they don't lay eggs, they're sent to a slaughterhouse
Yeah,
because they don't
exactly.
lay enough eggs anymore.
Yeah,
So
they're not valuable.
yeah, so I would say that's like just treating them as objects. The objects that give eggs, the minute that they no longer give eggs, we kill them. And it's like, I wouldn't want to be treated like that myself. And I acknowledge that they have emotions, they have an experience of life themselves. Like just like cats and dogs, like I showed you in the poster, they all are exactly the same. They all have personalities. They want to live and be free, So
Yeah, also, but in the end, there's a big difference between humans and animals. For instance, so at animals and for instance also insects, there is what I've been taught is that.
and what is
animals-
this difference that justifies doing
There's
this to
nothing
them?
to justify. There's
Yeah.
in the end, there's nothing good with violence.
Exactly.
Of course,
Exactly.
you want to live in a violence-free world, and that also means violence against things that are not human.
Yeah.
So, but there's a big difference between humans and animals and kind of anything else except humans, because humans have we work to something. So, for instance, a human.
Not all humans though, right? Like there's intellectually challenged people who cannot work their whole life, who
No,
have
no,
the
but
intellectual capacity of a 3-year-old.
Yeah, no, but I mean, as in, for instance, a human. We're a learning species. We always try to.
But then again, not all humans do that, right? Like
no, not
some
all humans, but the human species, and not.
yeah, but
trying
that's
to
just a
exclude
category.
anyone.
Like imagine if you found one pig that is so intelligent, like as intelligent as a human being. Does that mean that
like it's still not excluded from the rest of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It doesn't it doesn't matter what the category of something does. It matters what individuals do, right? So individually speaking, if you think of individuals, there's human beings, because between the category of animals and humans, there's definitely at some point where we mix intelligence-wise, experience-wise. There's people who have less of a subjective experience, or there's less of sentience, or they're so intertwined that there might be animals who are more intelligent than them, or there's definitely humans out there, and but we always say, should we do any of the stuff that we do to animals to them?
No.
No, so it doesn't.
No.
So so this demarcation that we call category, that we say, or species, where we say, well, we are part of this species, therefore we deserve life, they don't, is not really fair towards them, is it?
No, and then yeah, I get that.
But it's life though. Animals kill each other also to eat them.
Yeah, but,
no,
we can't justify doing what we do to animals, because the thing is, animals also rape each other. Animals do a lot of horrific things, right? But we hold ourselves to higher standards, and we say we want a society free of violence.
Yeah,
We want a
exactly.
society where we don't do what animals
Yeah,
do.
but
Like
we can never
nothing
achieve
we do
that.
today, we can never achieve it, but doesn't mean we shouldn't strive for it, right? It doesn't mean
That's
that
right.
we shouldn't, like, we can never achieve a world where there's no murderers in this world, but that doesn't mean we should go around murdering people, right?
That's very true.
No, but that's what I mean with the human is a learning species. We're different from animals. Animals, they get put on the world, they know what they do, they survive, and that sometimes includes, for instance, raping, that includes killing other animals, and because we are a learning species, we get
All
put on
animals
the world.
learn, by the way. It's
Yeah,
just
no,
that
exactly. But the way humans learn is that the human gets put on the world, and it's kind of like, all right, what do I do? So you learn languages, you learn how to function, you learn how to use your body to certain things, and there's this very kind of weird intermediate, like there's a very thin line where it's like we're different from them. So
I mean, we're very good at using tools. That's what we're good at, right? Like everything that we do as humans are dependent on tools. Everything we do nowadays, the superiority that we say we have towards animals is strictly with our capability of using tools.
well,
but the reality
our
is,
capability to learn and grow on each other.
well,
and
yeah, but
grow
learning and growing.
apart. Yeah.
Like there was this experiment done on mice, which I don't agree with, but it showed something very interesting. Like there was a mouse who was given a prize or electrocuted based on a choice that they made, and they wanted to see how long it would take, how many iterations it would take for the mouse to learn what the right choice is in that matter. And it took like, I don't know, 100 iterations for something that, let's say, a human would learn in 3 or 4 iterations,
Yeah,
right?
because we are a learning species.
But
we're
you may
different
think
from
that we're because we're more smarter, but the reality is because the experiment was not made in a way that it would tailor to them, because for a long time the mouse had the itch on the right side, and the mouse thought that it's because of the itch that they have to make that choice, you see? So all of the tools that we make, all of the experiments that we make, everything we consider is throughout our intelligence and things that are good for us.
Based
But
on
maybe,
our-
yeah, and maybe if some animals were left alone with their own capability, maybe they would also be able to develop tools at some point and higher intelligence just like we do. But it's not even about
Yeah,
that. The
no,
reality
and
is that
no, but that's what I mean is that the humans are different to animals because the animals don't have that capability
Yeah.
because they're put on the
I
world.
mean, acknowledge,
for-
but we're different also. Like I'm different from you, you're different from
Of
you.
course,
and, like,
but
we're
we are all
different, right?
humans.
Yeah.
We're all humans with the mindset of trying to evolve.
Yeah.
We're constantly trying to better. We're constantly trying to, you might not look at it that way, but in the end, as the human species, we are, and
I stand behind you actually.
You stand
On
behind
that
me, I
point-
appreciate that.
Hoe moet je dit, sorry, hoe moet je dit vertalen? Je spreekt jezelf tegen.
he says I am contradicting myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit of contradiction, isn't it? Because the reality is, like, you say you want a world without violence.
But it's impossible.
It's impossible, but that doesn't mean you have to contribute to violence.
No,
That's true.
that's
Right?
also
that's
true.
that's one of the things. Number two is when I do this experiment. By the way, this was my last thing where I hold a sign that says animal abuse just to get a little bit more people enticed and say, oh, you should be vegan.
Start a
Otherwise, yeah,
conversation,
yeah, to
Yeah.
start conversations. But I usually ask people about freedom, how they feel about freedom, and most people say I would obviously value freedom. I even ask them, okay, well, would you rather, like, let me ask you this: would you rather be confined but have all your needs met? You don't get to choose how your needs are met, just have your needs met, or be free and maybe struggle with having your needs met? Which one would you
Freedom
choose?
struggle.
Free. Most
Yeah.
people choose freedom. I would assume you would choose freedom also. And why would we assume that animals don't want that? Freedom is not something that we intellectually chose. It's something that we are inherently born with. It's something that we strive with. So animals definitely have it also.
Yeah, yeah,
That's no.
yeah. No,
You
he
can
wants to
discuss
speak.
with him on that.
Yeah.
Look, like
Well,
Uh,
the thing I do want to discuss on that with is also the point where I come back to animals are they're and then I find it very weird to say, but like they're kind of programmed by nature to, for instance, lions are programmed by nature to hunt. They're supposed to be the king of
We
the
have certain programming ourselves, right? But that's what I mean. Like it's also you can't know where based on the decisions that you make, you don't know if if the decisions you made have been intellectual decisions or they have been decisions that have been programmed throughout your history. Like the sense of self that we have, for example, you might say it's intellectually. Oh, we know that I'm not myself intellectually, but the reality is there's a part of our brain that when you take certain drugs, it gets turned off, and that's why you get an out-of-body experience because there's
Yeah.
a part of brain that tells you that you're the self. So really, you don't know which part of the decisions you make, whatever it is that you do, is instinct or intellect. We might be that 90% of the stuff we do is instinct and 10% is intellect. And in that matter, I would assume it's the same for animals. It's just that the intellect that they're subjected to means less to us because we have higher intelligence. But for them, it might be the same challenging task that it is for us. So it doesn't really, I would think, because the reason why I think this matters is because it's all about subjective experiences. The reason why I think it's bad to harm you is because you have a subjective experience of life of your own, not because you're different or you have a different life than
Yeah,
me.
no, but I think that's also kind of. I think I don't think it's a very big factor, but I think a very small factor of that is I can communicate to you how I feel about what's happening to me.
But not all
animals
also.
can also do that.
Animals can do that, and not all humans can do that.
It's
So-
just a thing that we don't understand them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good point.
exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
So there's a lack of communication.
Yeah, but does that mean we just like we have had
doesn't
this?
justify
It
it.
doesn't justify it. So we all agree that it doesn't justify it,
Yeah.
right?
Does it? No.
So then why do you want to keep? Not why. I'll ask you. Do you want to keep participating in the system where you?
I think
No,
it's-
but I
it's
think
the
the
instinct
lifestyle of like veganism to say is very expensive.
I mean, if I give
Like-
you resources that will help you be within your
Oh,
budget.
I would be vegan. I'm allergic to like protein, but like I'm still finding a way to live.
I like that.
Yeah.
What's your name, by the way?
Semi.
Semi. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Mena.
Mela, nice to meet you. I mean, you guys seem open-minded. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I like these conversations with open-minded people. And like I would say, it's we as humans who are open-minded ourselves, we have a big of a high responsibility because I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people don't really understand this concept of animals are kind of the same as us. They kind of have the same experience of life as we do, right? Most people just think of animals as literal objects with life. They're here for us to give us what we want, not that they
Yeah.
deserve. They are on their own deserving of their own experience
I
of
think
life.
people that think that way are also the same people that think the way that the person who's been there the longest is the best, and that contradicts their statement because I've talked
Exactly.
to someone like that. And
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I think that people like us have more of a responsibility to not participate in stuff like this because when we change, when all of us change, systems slightly change, and all of these people are maybe at some point we reach a situation where there's enough vegans on population-wise that we can make a systemic change where people who don't want to change are forced to not change because, I mean, I don't think it's fair to exploit humans. I don't think it's fair to exploit animals. As long as we have other options, there's no reason for us to choose this. So I don't think it should be an option. That's it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right about
No,
that.
that's kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. No,
I
that's
appreciate it. Yeah, let me just give you a card. I'm freezing, by the way. That's I'll give you both two cards. I'll give you one card like this. And so I'll just tell you real quick. So Challenge 22 sounds like what you need. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan. It's free of charge, nothing. They cost you nothing. And if you go on this website and type in this code, set it to English because it might appear in Dutch if you're Dutch. And watch the most important speech you'll ever hear. That's a really good video to watch. Like we discussed now,
Why?
it's just a guy at a university talking in front of a students, holding a speech about animal rights and all this. And also you have personalized help there. Somebody can log in with you on the Discord server and help you with all your personalized needs if you need. All of it. Like if you want to go vegan, you have absolutely all the resources you need there. regardless of your situation. You just gotta want it.
Oké.
Right?
Alright.
Ik wil hem wat vragen. Alleen is het offline?
Vraag het eerst aan mij.
Oké,
I can.
Maar
if-
ik denk van, oké, bijvoorbeeld porn toch? Heel veel te maken met mensenhandel.
Yeah, all right. So then he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
back on the point where you know, no,
Like-
but that no, but
No,
he
no, no.
explained that because people, why should we do it? We think that's unethical, right?
Ja.
Human trade.
Yeah,
What the hell?
It's I asked him like porn. It has a lot of to do with like
Human trade.
Yeah.
and all that
Human
stuff. I don't watch
abuse.
it.
Yeah.
I don't support anything of that.
Okay.
They don't make
Do
use of
you?
it.
Do you watch?
I didn't know that, but now I have to look into it. Now that
You
you say this, I have to
definitely
look
should.
into it. Yeah,
And-
and I appreciate you for bringing this to me because I don't want to be part of anything that worsens somebody else's life, right?
Me neither.
Yeah, it's especially
Yeah.
porn. What the fuck?
It's
I can-
just like the lifestyle of veganism is just expensive in the Netherlands.
I,
That's why.
I'm from Romania originally. I came here to the Netherlands. When I went vegan, I also quit my job coincidentally, so I didn't have a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't. And also nowadays the inflation rose,
Well, there's
right?
a will,
Yeah.
there's a way.
But
That's- I
like
think-
I actually spend less. If you buy mock meats or plant-based meats, they're kind of expensive sometimes. Although in Alberheim, one of the brands of mock meats is 50% discounted every week. So every week you have a different brand. But I like if you pasta, rice, beans, lentils, chickpeas, all of it you can like it's cheap as hell. And everything else you'll find a way. Like Alberheim has their own brand, and the price of it is very similar to meat products.
Becoming vegan does not mean you have to have a replacement for
Yeah,
meat.
but
Exactly,
like,
it
the thing
doesn't
is-
mean that.
Because
yeah.
you can get your protein. You can get, for instance,
Like
if I were
vitamins,
to,
I lack a lot of vitamins because I don't eat a lot of meat, only chicken sometimes. But I lack a lot of vitamins because of that.
I take a I'm a lazy person, so I take a multivitamin, right? Like for me, I started taking multivitamins before being vegan because I acknowledge that I'm a lazy person. I don't want to have to wonder, have I had all the vitamins or anything? And it happened to me that when I was 25, I'm 37 now, so that's 12 years ago, when I was eating meat, I was doing everything. I had the vitamin B12 deficiency. I don't know what happens. Apparently, my body doesn't take B12 from meat
Yeah,
or
same
from
with me, yeah.
animal products or something. So I had to do injections and take vitamin B12 every day. So from that day on, I started taking B12 every day and multivitamins because I said, maybe there's something else that I'm missing. I don't know. Like, our bodies are complex machines. We don't know how they work. And I feel better now. I just take a multivitamin every day and the B12. B12 is just because I had that shot. I'm scared. I might not even need it. But yeah, it's just who I am. So I just take that every day, and I feel better than ever now.
I'm gonna look more into it.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Cool.
While you look, choose a plant-based diet. Don't exploit
Yeah,
animals while you look, because if you're gonna make this choice, and I hope you do. I made this choice, and it was the best thing that I ever did. And my biggest regret was not doing it earlier. It's been 3 years for me now.
what I also think is a very big thing is that humans are very, and especially there's a lot of, I don't know what the term is in English, but
What are?
vergrijzing. So there's the amount of old people that are on our planet is increasing a
Yeah.
lot, and what comes with old age, and from what, or at least what I observe is from their time, it's very hard to adapt to change, and all of a sudden having this new wave
Yeah.
of veganism, not even vegetarian, veganism come in. That's a massive change, because it means a different way of getting your proteins in, certain vitamins, certain minerals, and that's it.
It's only, by the way, it's only this change that most people have to do. It takes. It's mental for.
There's a big mental
I
change.
think so. I find myself that there's things about myself that I want to change that are difficult. I realize that it's difficult because change just seems difficult. But the reality is, once you start it takes, I don't know, like a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, and then you're done. The change seems natural to you. I still go to Alberheim, buy different products. Same thing, just vegan.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
also wear clothing? with
Yeah.
animals?
So veganism is not like about food. It's about
Yeah.
not exploiting any animal. So yeah, I also don't wear leather or leather shoes or anything. Yeah. So I found it. I think it was a bit more difficult to find face cream that wouldn't
Yeah.
wouldn't
Wasn't
clog the
animal
pores.
tested.
Yeah, and wasn't animal tested. But nowadays, like when I started, it was difficult. But nowadays, if you use ChatGPT or Google or anything, you find it easily,
Yeah.
instantly. It's quite easy. That's the reality. Nowadays we have so many readily available resources everywhere that it's just
a mental
it's just
thing
a mental
that has
thing.
to, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I appreciate talking to both of you.
Of course.
Have a
And,
great
Great
day.
to find someone else to have a great discussion with.
Yeah, have a good one and choose veganism,
Yeah.
okay?
We'll try.
Okay, love it. Okay, everybody, I think that's it. I think that's it. This was a very, I liked this conversation a lot. I think like they were very smart, and I appreciate that. Kick martial arts. I take the same amount of supplements on a plant-based diet that I did on an animal-based diet, okay? As I mentioned, I don't know if you were here when I told them, it's the same thing. For me, I started taking supplements at a very young age because my body had some issues apparently getting certain supplements from it. So I was scared and I just started taking supplements. And I'm great, doesn't matter. When I switched to veganism, nothing changed, still supplements. So, Chase says, ChatGPT told me to go vegan or die. Yeah, I'm working on ChatGPT. I talk to ChatGPT every day telling them about veganism and stuff, and they agree. ChatGPT agrees, it's the right thing to do. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'm gonna... look, Mark Walter says, I only take B12 and omega-3, but I also recommend vitamin D, depending on lifestyle and where you live. Yeah, in Netherlands, you barely get sun, huh? So I get that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please like, comment, subscribe, first of all. I don't know, I'm just trying to get those numbers up a little bit. It's only to feel good about myself. Like the video, it helps with something. I don't know what exactly, I can't tell you, but it helps with something. Linda says, come to Sweden. I'll be coming to Sweden also at some point. I want to do like sometime a Europe tour where I do more of this. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much for all the donations. I appreciate it. Like, my microphone is literally busted right now, but it somehow works. Well, it's got its own thing that it's busted. I can't turn it on and off, so we'll see what happens next. It's on right now. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. If you have some suggestions on how to better the activism, please let me know. I think today was pretty good. I think we had some good conversations. I think we had some good people, also some triggered people. But hey, you're gonna get that regardless, right? If you're not vegan, please think about it. You know, animals don't deserve to be exploited for you. They deserve to be free. So choose otherwise, please. If you are vegan, choose to speak up for the animals. However you want to do activism, just choose to speak up for them. Whether it is dropping a comment, whether it is going on threads and talking to people, whether it is, I don't know, creating this vegan meme or sharing it out there, or going out on the street and talking to one stranger, talking to your family, regardless. There's always something you can do. Please choose to do one thing a day. It's very useful for the animals. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Have an awesome day. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. I especially appreciate the donations, of course. Yeah, Benji says the best cult in the world. Ali says, be nice and live vegan. Yeah, be nice and live vegan. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an awesome day. And yeah, I think Brandon's live now, so let's go there. I'm very curious.